Hello and welcome to Play of the Night, brand spanking new Twitch affiliated channel of all things playing D&D. We are here for our very first foray into a brand new game, the Vanguard of Rejects. I did not pick this name, do not get at me in the chat, get at them because they're the ones that came up with it. Joining me this time, we have Jasmine, we have Pasta, we have Karmasi, we have Roomba, and we have Robin.
Hello.
Robin's the only one who wanted to say hi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hello.
I felt like I should have said
I
something.
forgot I was
didn't know it was an option.
Listen, hey, I wanted to be 4.
We're extreme professional group, as you can tell. A high standard here on the Play of the Night channel. I am the DM, James JC Laird. Please feel free to get involved with the chat. We will be responding to it as much as we can, especially the people here who are the moderators will be kind of keeping an eye on that, so we'll be able to answer various questions and keep you up to speed on things if you're not familiar with what we do. If you are familiar for what we do, just go away for a moment because I'm going to explain some things that we do differently to the people that are brand new. What we do here that is somewhat different and makes us a rather unique system is we have crowd interaction, and that means yourselves at the end of the stream will be prompted to vote in a poll. And the winner of that poll will earn themselves DM inspiration, which will allow them to re-roll a d20, potentially turning failure into success. So it's definitely worth getting active in the chat, it's definitely worth getting active in the vote. The vote is for literally anything you want. It could be the funny moment, it could be the sad, pathetic thing that they are, or it could be for you just really need them to do better. You know, it could be absolutely anything of your choice, so bear that in mind as we're going forward. Lastly, if anyone at any point in our stream does the X card, please excuse us as we go into an intermission, then in there, and just allow for some game health, because quite a few people have some things that they might not be comfortable with. Some people might have situations where they feel it's too close to reality, and we're all about player health and player communication with the DM, so thank you for being understanding of that. Without any further ado, though, we drop into our world. An ocean is a massive thing, but it can also be very varied. Oceans crest, waves trough, and above all else, there is little besides the sun and that which you roam. But what is an ocean of sand? A desert. And yet it still has a coast. It still has waves. It still shifts with the sun and shifts with the wind. And it is for sure this exact reason, and very aptly so, the shifting sands has been likened to a vast, unforgiving ocean filled with dangerous creatures and magic held over from the most calamitous event since the beginning of records. It is upon the shores of this vast shifting sands, this sea of sand that stretches from horizon to horizon, and those who dare enter more often than not do not find their way back out. It is here that we find a simple wagon train. A few wagons at that, nothing spectacular, no rich merchant, no tapestry banner signifying guard movements. For in the north it is cool this time of year, steadily beginning to turn into the fall, the leaves giving way and the grasses beginning to harden as the rains that have once saturated them in the thickness of summer now begin to dry out. It's a motley group, peasant folk, just simple travellers, though there are a few that stand out amongst them. Odd for their style, odd for their mannerisms, odd for their dress. An old woman sits at the front, reading from a storybook, entertaining young, old, and the walkers at the sides. The oxen at the front plod along, heavy gait, breathing, the whiff of nostrils flaring. Young children, some so young that they are currently asleep in the fairly early evening cool summer breeze. But it is 5 strange individuals that stand out. As the camera pans across this wagon train sitting across a dust-laden trail, not truly a road, but definitely a trail, a pathway well trodden by hoof and foot, we find Jasmine. Would you please introduce what your character looks like?
Why do I have to go first? Jeez. My character is quite small in stature. She's only like 3 feet tall. She's wearing like a big long red cloak that's pulled over her face, so you can't really see it right now. And she has like a spell book tucked at her side. Is there anything else that I need to say, JC?
It's up to you. Is there anything else you wish to reveal?
That's what she looks like right now.
Okay then. The camera continues to pan, and you see an almost worshipping air. The large eyes studying intently as if trying to glean the smallest bit of information. Pasta, would you please introduce your character?
They're sitting as well. We have Fenny, or often they like to refer to him as Fen. He is a half wood elf, half dark elf wizard. He has a skin of a darker, almost stone blue, with black hair. He's quite frail and thin, with a height of just 5'6".
The camera pulls back from the wagon, as if passing through the taut canvas stained with many days' worth of both sweat, rain, and dust in equal measure. It then spots on a gentleman walking alongside, their stature broader, their blades more keen and more evident as the shield is slung across their back. Roomba, would you mind introducing what your character looks like?
Lucian is a man of much taller stature, 6'3", my desired height, but I can't get there because, you know. He is of paler skin and pretty much pretty good clothing, high quality clothing, and that's about it.
The last two seem an unusual pair. One, clad almost skimpily in robes that blow about in the breeze, and the other adorned in form-fitting armour of leather. Robin, could you introduce what your character looks like?
Alright, I'm a 6'2" human. I'm a monk. I got a skull mask on and dark martial arts robes, which have a big hood that I'm also wearing, and blue hair. Not too long, neck length. Pretty, yeah, that's about it.
And Carmacy.
He's a rather large 6'8" furbolg with almost grey fur, with his big sticky out ears and kind of scruffy brown hair with a kind of tamed little chin strap of hair. And he's over his leather armor. He wears kind of quite a large and dark green coat that comes down, almost down to his knees, with various tools and assortments of things hidden beneath it around his waist.
I just realise I'm currently obscuring somebody, so if you forgive me, everybody, until a later point, I'll take my camera off just so you can see Zemlot as they are the core focus. There we go. Should now be able to see everybody more clearly.
We're covering up Robin's beautiful face.
I know, I realised. So bad. And why is this happening like this? There we go.
Is that music coming from? Yeah, it's okay.
It's coming
That
from
grouped
the
me out.
plot. To either side, the plains continue in great vastness, and while this area of the world is yet untouched by the Republic's ever-present watchful gaze, eager for expansion, you find yourselves almost walking towards it. In this section of the world, the shores of the shifting sands, the only true oasis lies further afield in Rohepensend, a dusty marketplace, an oasis haven secured by magic against the onslaught, the perpetual, almost grinding nature of the sands as they wash against its sides, trying to pull more back into its ever-expanding maw. To the north lies Mount Scarlip, a single jutting rock face that pierces the clouds, and that even those who have not yet seen it understand its might. It is often said that those who gaze upon it often find themselves drawn upwards to its pinnacle, and when one does, it is difficult for others not to instinctively do the same. Further to the east, though, the warfront rages. The Republic against Undun, and Kurilt standing at the midpoint, benefiting from the clash, the constant movement of coin between. Yet these things are distant to you. They do not really mean too much. For your journey, wherever it may end you, wherever it may lead you, drives you forward. You know, as you all do, that when you set out on this mild bit of excursion, a quick way to earn some coin, and the fact that some ruins had come into being. Some ruins had come into being after the shifting sands had divulged them upon the doorstep of a quaint little village. It was an eager point for many of you, a potential place to find resources, a way to get out from the oppressive nature of a city, and at the same time, the promise of adventure lures. The old matron, reading from her book, comes to an abrupt halt when the head wagon calls out and you all hear this dwarven individually, chin-strap beard, very, very small, as if not quite yet fully grown out, kind of putting him in the rough area of what would, if in human years, would probably be his early 20s, though dwarves, as much the same as elves, age slower. I think I can see it! As he calls out. That be the village! Is this the place you were after? Looking back over your collective group.
Let's go take a look. Is it the place we're looking for, guys?
As you move to the front of the train, these 4 wagons in tow, you can faintly make out the beginnings of some buildings. Almost mud brick, you would imagine, if it were not for the simple fact that the rains here would do them a great injustice. It is probably more that they are squatter buildings on the exterior of the village stead. And again, as you are moving further in this direction, you can almost feel, though you cannot quite see due to the curve of the plateau, you can almost feel the strange atmospheric buzz that comes from the shores of the shifting sands. A near imperceptible notion of heat conflicting with magic and cooled at the same time. It is an ever-present thing that just tingles on your senses. So until the area is, until such a time as you are away from the shores, perception checks that rely on hearing are at disadvantage, and if you use any form of magic to do any form of scrying or divination style spells specifically, let me know, as they have unusual effects.
Okay.
The matron
I'm
closes
trying to
her
see if I have any magic like that.
The matron closes her book and slides it back towards yourself, Jasmine. It was a very interesting
Why me?
read. Thank you very much for letting me lend it.
I'm gonna take the book and look at it. But what did I lend her?
What it seems that you did lend her was the book about the movement of planes.
Do I remember lending it to her, or is she
Yes.
has she got me mixed up with someone
This
else?
is just world setting. Don't think too hard into it. You have just gained a book about the
Okay.
planes.
Sweet, I have a book.
So you don't have to take it. You can take it back. You know.
I want it.
I
I want
figured
the
you
book. But I'm putting it in my treasure
would. Okay.
book.
So it's a book of the planes.
There we
So
go.
tell me,
My keyboard's.
I have a keen eye for things. Your interest in magic, where did that come from again?
Where did it come from?
Hmm. I have an
People who
interest
can
in
do
magic
magic tend to
myself,
be
but...
interested in it, right?
Sorry, say that again.
I said people who can do magic tend to be interested in it, right?
Well, perhaps, but other people have interest in it and don't go anywhere with it. So I'm curious where it was that your beginnings into the study of magic came. I've heard you, and I'm very sorry. And she turns to the half dark elven individual. I've forgotten your name there.
Yes, my name is Finn.
Shed. I remember hearing Yusuf and Sven having discussions about the tutelage of such things, and I was just curious where your interest lay.
Hey, mostly came from my family. They had spent lots of time going about the world and seeing what they could. And that's it's just a family interest.
Hmm. And she turns back to look at...
At me? Oh god. They miss him. My family was super into it. Long, long line of archmages.
roll a deception check. First roll of the game, and it's about a lie. Kind of setting the tone
Deception.
for this
20.
vagabond group of 20. She does the, yes, quite, sort of, as if expecting the rote answer that you've been giving her this entire time. She keeps coming back to it to try and get more, but you're just being, nope, just keep the same line, just not giving any details. I am curious. You said that you were interested in the ruins that have come ashore from the shifting sands, and they've spat them out. Do you really think there would be anything of use there? It is, after all, just an ancient place of nothing, isn't it?
There might be monsters there.
You seek monsters?
Why not?
Eh, heavens, I would hardly wish to find such a thing.
Well, you must see. Rocketeer is a world-famous magician and mage.
Oh god.
With her power, I'm sure she can find use for anything of the world.
That's right. I'm gonna make these monsters my pets.
You know, I remember once talking to someone who wanted to have a lot of pets. They had a big farm of them. Flail snails and chickens and tamed mimics and all that like. She was a bit strange, that one. Unusual edge to
I'm
her.
sure she was amazing.
No, she was very insistent that... What was it again? Some form of eyeball creature was very pretty. She showed me a picture of it, I thought it was hideous. Had nightmares for days. Ah!
Eyeball creature. Can you describe what it looks like?
And as she goes into the descriptions of this creature, one of the perhaps family members that is taking guard at the moment walks up to you three as you're keeping pace alongside. I'm rather curious. We've made it this far without finding any form of difficulty, but you, looking towards Robin, do not seem to have any weaponry, whereas you, he turns and looks at Rimba, seem to have every weapon under the sun.
And that is an
Weaponry.
issue how?
It's not so much an issue, it's just more of a case of, do they make you frequently carry all of their gear?
No, that's all his.
Yeah, this is all mine.
That's all
I-
to yourself.
Yes.
Count.
He has a lot of skills.
He seems to look over you as if trying to figure out where your extra arm might be. Do you use them all at once?
No. I use them like normal weapons.
So then that must make yourself some form of brawler?
That is correct.
Close. But, know what? Let's just go with Brawler. It's hard to explain.
Very well.
Flynn's just going to spit out his toothpick and look at the guy and be like, I don't see you questioning that old lady up front. She's not exactly, armed to the teeth.
Well, yes, but she is an old lady. You, on the other hand, seem to be in the spring of your youth.
I mean, you can't exactly see what's under Cretch's mask, can you?
He kind of ponders that for a moment. Fair point, fair point. It's just simply a case of, if trouble did come, I was curious at what point he kind of looks to, between the three of you, what your exact strategy would be. You seem to have known each other, or from when we discussed travelling along this route, and mutual beneficialness. You seem to have an indication that you knew one another.
Hey, my friend, if we don't know what we're going to do next, how's the enemy going to guess it?
Exactly.
This is true.
Element of surprise.
But if anything shows up, all we need to do is crack Knuckles, punch it.
And he seems to be like trying to figure out if that's an infinite wisdom you've just expounded, or if you're crazy. He's not sure.
Might be a little bit of both, to be honest, but
Can I make an insight check to see
Certainly.
if I know what he's thinking? Normal roll. 14.
14. He has an open curiosity in the way people fight, and from the limited levels of discussions that you've had in your 3 or 4 days of travel together, he's shown a definite keen interest in weaponry. So you would imagine this is probably founding the basis of a lot of his curiosity.
Right. Well, how about yourself? Why are you so interested in how everyone else can handle themselves? How about you? How do you handle yourself?
That's the thing, really. I don't. That's the problem. I've been wanting to, but I've never really had the chance to practice. Unless you want to sign up to the guard, which he kind of gives that hand-wavy, meh, nah sort of look. I don't really fancy that.
So is this your first time out in the wilds?
He chins towards the front. Nan wanted to see a bit of the world while she still could, and when Pa passed, the gold came in, made sense. She'd want to do it, she was willing to take me along, figured why not.
Sounds like a wise lady. Stick close to us and you'll be alright.
Can I ask, you've got a very thick accent, whereabouts is that from?
Oh, bit of here, bit of there, mate. Lived a fairly long life. Been out and about. Can't really pin me down, you see.
It's curious because I've never come across someone of your kind before.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You said yourself you've not been very far from the city.
Oh, so you're not city folk?
Well, for some years of my life, aye.
Very well then. I won't pry no more. Thank you for your openness. If there's any questions I can return the favour about, I know a little bit about where we're going. I have been this far before at least.
Got any
Much obliged.
interesting rumors about the ruins that we're heading for?
I mean the sands spit things out all the time, but it's just normally it's little bits of things. To spit out an entire chunk of something is odd.
Well, that's what we're going to investigate it. It is odd.
The wagon makes a sharp turn and begins working much more closely towards the edge of the sands. And for most of you, I think all of you, this is the first time you've really experienced them. And it very much strikes you as an ocean. You actually watch as waves of sand particles almost float amongst one another, moving in a rhythmic in and out fashion like waves crashing and lapping upon the shore. And well and truly this is an ocean. Just in a very different style than what you've been expecting. What also stands out is how dark it is. It is not the yellow sands of tropical locations such as the Bay of Detrani. It's not the rich silts coming from the mountains around Scarlip. This is a almost iron filing residue. Thick, grey and black. And yet at the same time it sparkles. Those ever changing little points of whatever this actually is made from, perpetually glittering. It's almost pretty. He thinks for a moment to consider your question about any interesting rumours. I do remember something way back. There was, and he snapped his fingers a few times trying to come up with the word. I don't know what to call it. On an insect you call it a carapace. You know, the outer shell. This massive curved piece of metal that just got spat out and someone found it. Apparently that belonged to some great creature of some sort. I don't know anything about it, but that's one of the weirder things I've heard come out here.
Well, that is indeed a weird thing. It is like a big metallic piece from a colossus, maybe?
I don't really know anything about Colossus, to be honest. It's just a big curved bit of metal. Everyone was making a big stink about it, and I was way back. You know, I must have been 18 at the time. Memories from way back then are kind of foggy.
Ah. Well, good to keep a note of what we can encounter at least.
The wagon once again pitches the rolling of the wheels, continuing to not quite click upon the road, for it is not a road. Once again, it is this well-trodden pathway, earth beaten and hardened under the footfalls of the people that travel across. And yet the grass still makes an attempt to encroach. You find puddles of the sand, as if wetted, sitting here, and you notice the ox that pull the wagons seem to go out of their way to avoid it. Feel free to stop me if anyone has anything they would like to discuss with other members of the party or the group. But for the next hour, the travel continues. You spot birds of prey, you spot wild game, and at one point you startle what must have been some form of large wolf and her cubs out on the prowl, sitting in the lee of a small rise. And as your wagon comes close, you see the wolf head perk up, and her and her two cubs dart out and make the way further afield. You come, at long last, the sun perhaps a finger or two off of the horizon, to the small remote village. Who here has the highest passive perception?
I got a 19.
Oh,
I'll be
I
you
would
then.
say him then.
With a 19, you've almost felt this tension. And as you get closer, you are definitely noticing that there's an agitation to the people's moving around. And the streets aren't busy, there's not a metropolis by any means, but you can see small clusters of people, twos and threes and fours, moving between. One person runs up, hears a bit of conversation before two of them split off and they go find another group. You just see this level of enthusiastic, energetic whispering. And all of it seems to be around the perimeter of this little abode. Perhaps maybe 30 buildings at maximum, with large farmsteads sprawling out into the plains. You also notice what could very much be skis and boats, canoes like, with small sails attached to them.
On the desert?
Say that again, sorry?
They're sailing on the desert. That's some ingenuity. Anyway, I'll tell Flynn and Lucian, because we're walking together, that seems everyone's a bit excited or agitated about something. I haven't figured out what it is, but there's definitely something that's going on, guys.
What do you two have noticed on your way in, and has somewhat taken your attention away, is the strange, almost fishing village-esque architecture styles. The roofs are perhaps the many tied together rafts that currently are set with their sails furled. You have noticed the streets have an almost cobbling to them, but not quite. You've noticed the buildings squared and with a level of architecture that might have once bespoke of a little bit of money or a bit of architecture detailing that was on purpose, but seems very much out of place. The odd stone column that rises, but the rest of them made out of wood, or the tiled roofs that seem to have been seen better years commingled with thatch. It's a very jumbled place, almost a scavenged village. Imagine the favelas or shanty towns that you get in the slums or the outskirts of very large but quite poor cities in our world.
does Flynn, or would Flynn see if this place is permanent, or if it's built to easily be dismantled and moved quickly?
There's definitely object permanence due to the fact of the cobbles on the streets and the level of footpath erosion, the grass well and truly gone and the earth well and truly stamped flat and hard by the movement of peoples around. So there's definitely the permanence there. Though you do imagine that any large-scale disaster of any nature, something that, strong, like a typhoon or a hurricane or an earthquake or something of that nature, would probably level this place without too much difficulty.
Right.
The wagons pull up on the outskirts, and you see the wagon leader, a dwarven woman, perhaps in her, matronly years, considering the two younger children that are part of this train, and the nan, the grandmother, she's gone off to go and talk with a smartly dressed individual who has an air of importance about himself, and who is currently being consumed by gossip. Is probably the best term I could use for it. Lots of people coming up and darting away quickly, with lots of little bits of conversation happening and going.
Right, guys. Plan?
Are there any of those like sand puddles around?
You're not too far away from the shore of the Shifting Sands. You know, maybe a minute or two walk would lead you to the edge.
Did I notice anything weird about the way that the ox walked?
I mean, you noticed that they made a concerted effort to move around it. You felt it
Mhm.
with the shift
Okay.
of the wagon and the fact that it moved slightly off the pathway into the long grasses that make up this part of the world.
Okay.
And this
Do
is
we
where-
still feel this this magical aura around us?
Yes, very much so.
Is it coming from the Shifting Sands?
Roll an
Or-
Arcana. I'd say that you and Flynn can roll an Arcana as you're the. Actually,
Well-
anyone who wishes could roll an Arcana.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
could roll, but I'd suck at it.
I got a 13.
Oh,
I got a 10.
I'm gonna roll just to see if I can do worse than everyone else.
What's the fucking
You want
monk
me to?
the highest?
I got a natural 20,
Ooh, let's go, Jeff!
so 19.
That's the way to do it, buckets.
Let's go, Bucket!
Let's go.
Bucket, the lauded and well-respected individual that travels, deigns to travel with your motley crew, who has blessed you with her. I'm just kidding. Bucket,
Not again.
You look out onto the sands, and
Mhm.
you feel a kindred spirit with this place. It harmonizes with you and your magic, which in itself is alarming, because the only time that you ever feel that is when a chaos storm is charging up for activation.
Oh god. Oh no. That's not fun. Okay. That place isn't cool, guys. We should kind of stay away from it.
Isn't that
What do you
kinda where
mean
we're
that
going?
place isn't cool?
yes. What do you mean by that?
It's very magical, very sciency,
I love
probably
magical.
very dangerous. Not that kind of magical. Like it'll probably suck all your magic away, Fenny. You should stay away.
That sounds like fun.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, that sounds like a good adventure. Let's go.
Isn't-
We should head on over.
Isn't the ruin that we're headed to kind of in the edge of that? So,
Is it?
You know the
This-
ruins are somewhere nearby, you do not currently see them, and the village that is the permanent residence here, the one that reported the ruins making their appearance, is before you.
we're gonna have to talk to the village chief, guys.
We're gonna have to talk to the villagers.
I respect the
Suppose we'll
eagerness,
have to ask
guys.
around.
Yeah, we've been on the road for quite a few days. I just want to go and have a drink, to be honest with you.
You know, Finn, that's a great idea. I'll join you.
Tell me in too.
First round's on me.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
being generous tonight, aren't you?
Always, my friend.
Alright. Let's go do Fanny and Buckets.
Let's go.
I do suppose I can have a drink.
Let's see if there's even a place here that we could get a drink.
Oh, trust me, there's always a place you can get a drink.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to play.
Hey, the more you have to work to find it, the better it is. Trust me. And the more secrets they have to spill.
True.
That's true.
Alright. I trust your nose on this, Flynn. Lead us to the beer. Or ale.
Lead us
Um,
to the magical rum.
Did you say there was someone that came out to meet us?
Yes, there's been a few. You're not going to be short of people that you'll be able to interact with. You can see probably makes most of the villages currently out and about, scurrying and doing whatever they're doing in the final hours of the day. You have noticed that the woman who led your caravan has jumped off and is talking to a person who has the officious look of someone who's important, and is also the one that's getting a lot of the gossip coming to and from.
I'm just gonna raise my hand and kind of like scan across the crowd with my finger, and I'm gonna go back and forward and back and forward, and he's gonna settle on that person, and I'm just gonna exclaim, "Him! Let's go speak to that one. He looks important."
Okay.
That one.
That one. Of
That one's a
course.
person.
You know, Finn, maybe don't be so rude to people.
Well, I didn't think buying the first round was going to be rude, but all right.
No, that's not rude. I meant
Well,
to people who live here.
yeah. Cretch is just volunteered for first round, guys. Well, thanks, Cretch.
All right, I'll buy you the first round, but you're buying the second, you bastard.
Oh no.
Vin has
We've
already
been in
like walked
competition.
away by this point. It's just kind of like I imagine it is, rather than walk or stroll, it's very much a mosey. You mosey on over with a little bit of a spring to your step, even though you've been walking for most of the day. Your calves are feeling it, but it's a good burn. You know, a well-earned burn from doing a bit of exercise. As you approach, can you make a perception check for me?
All of it? Or-
All of us?
I've got two people called Finn and Fen, and I'm going to have a real difficult time here.
Flynn.
Flynn.
FLYN. N.
Just Flynn.
Just Flynn. Okay. That's a 12.
A 12.
Oh no.
Your moseying is so eye-catching that unfortunately it halts the conversation, and you're not able to really catch anything that might have otherwise been said. Just as the rider, the wagon leader, I've been waiting for you guys to ask who this is. Clara, by the way.
Oh.
I mean,
This isn't an important
Seems
NPC.
like
Just fuck
background
them.
NPC.
They're just world setting now.
yeah,
She
it's
important?
world of
Mm.
Come on.
Clara makes her way, makes her way and gives a nod towards yourself as you make your way up to this individual. He clocks your attention.
Is this the lady that was talking to me?
No, Clara is the one that has been leading the train. She's the one that's the steering the ox.
Okay.
Nana is the only name you've got.
So it's
for
not a
Nana.
train, it's a bunch of wagons.
It's a number of wagons that are close together. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called.
Oops.
As you approach the gentleman, at a closer inspection, you think might be half elven, with the gentle point of the ears and the slightly more refined cheek and jawbone. They turn to you. Their simple leather tunic set aside, not tunic, simple leather vest set atop what otherwise might be quite a finely crafted but certainly not ostentatious shirt underneath. Their browns and whites seem to be very much a trend here. Catches your attention, their slightly carameled brown hair and their very bright blue eyes. They catch you coming in. Good evening
Just
to you.
Good evening.
Lovely place you got here. Let me guess.
Good evening.
You're the big man in charge.
I am the village chief, yes.
See, you just got that aura about you, my friend. A commanding presence.
I will take that with a compliment.
Well,
What can I do
that's
for
how
you?
it was meant. Well, we were just hoping. Is there anywhere around here we could wet our lips? You know, a few days on that road, quite hot, quite dry.
Well, actually, that's part of the difficulty we're having at the moment. Our tavern keeper's gone missing.
Oh, this is the top of my concerns right now, my friend. Anything we can do to help, you got us.
Well, how's the tavern?
The tavern is completely fine. It's that's the thing that's got everyone on Twitter. Everyone's been said they saw them come in, said they saw them come out, and then poof, gone.
How long ago was Poof?
Yeah, how long ago was the poof?
Well, whatever happened to them, they left about perhaps only about 30 minutes ago.
Is that
Do
enough
we
to
know
be
in which
considered
direction?
missing?
Yeah, I feel like he just went out to go do some errands.
Did he just take a stroll to the forest?
No, it was more the fact of they took 2 steps and they weren't there anymore. People
Oh.
saw the
So-
disappearance.
Someone saw him go poof.
Oh.
Yeah, and he kind of he moves down the street a little bit, and it is very much a well that makes up the center of this place, and you can see perhaps the longest place in the village. He gestures to it. They Derwin came out of his store, went across the street, and by the time he made it across the other side, he'd faded from existence. And we don't really know what happened.
I mean, I see your dilemma. You know, you might not see that much magical occurrences around here, but I mean, I can do that. If you want to see someone disappear,
Maybe
Well-
try to see if you can sense some magic, Flynn.
Is this the first time this has happened around here?
No, that's the concern. It's happened a few times, and sometimes the people have come back. Other times they've been rather unfortunate.
wait. What do the ones who come back say?
They speak of an incredibly dark void that filled them with dread and hopelessness. It was a very unsightly place to be involved with. They talked about dark shapes moving in shadows that no matter what they did to try and make light, it was always muted.
Were they harmed in any way?
The ones that have made it back have not. They just were very scared. The others have, those that didn't, we can only assume.
How long did they stay gone?
They returned by the morning. Some of them returned with the sun, just standing where they were, crying and screaming for assistance. Others were in mid-run, and suddenly they were running into our midst. Sorry, I think introductions are in order. My name's Araton. Who are you all? You seem the adventuring sort.
My name is Critch. Had not
Sorry,
close.
real quick, how do you spell that?
Second, sorry.
How do you spell that? Arson?
A-R-S-T-H-I-N-D. Arstund.
Arson. Okay, thank you.
Excuse me.
Your excuse.
Thank you. My name is Bucket. I'm Red Mage, super famous, super popular, super powerful.
Flynn's just gonna tut and roll his eyes.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Buckets, Red Mage, super powerful, super important. I am Arstund. I am chief of the village. Would you mind if I just called you Buckets? It's quite a name.
Bucket is my only name. The rest is my title.
Very well.
You can call me Fen.
Good to meet you, Finn.
My name's Critch. Just Critch.
I got that one, thank you.
Gonna reach out a big old paw for a handshake and be like, Flynn Ashengrove.
It takes a firm shake, and it is a firm shake. It's that a person who knows how to make their wrist sturdy. It's not one of those limp-wristed, like wet noodle handshakes. It's a firm handshake.
And I'm Lucian, the Tailor of the Morning Star. And I'm gonna take a bow.
That is very kind to meet all of you. I'm very sorry, I don't really have a whole lot more time to spare. I've got other people that I need to go and talk to and see what else we can find. The tavern is still open. It is a silver per room and drinks for 2 coppers. We don't have anything fancy, I'm afraid. But if there's anything else that needs to be, I'm sure some of the other people here will be happy to assist.
That's how I like it. Not very fanciful and cheap.
Indeed. Well, take care, and if you find anything or if you spot anything, please let us know. We're rather find.
I've got one more thing, my friend. What was your name? I don't think I caught that.
Arson.
Arson. Thank you, friend.
Where will we usually find you throughout the day?
He gestures at kind of like down to the left-hand street, and of the street there are perhaps 4 crossroads that make up most of this place. It's very much a circular setup with farmsteads further out where larger buildings are set. My farm is, and he points to the second, maybe the largest, difficult to tell, farmstead.
Okay. Okay. If we have anything to come to you with, we'll find you there.
Thank you very much. And makes their way out.
Original plan. Hit the
Yep.
tavern.
I'll get you guys around, I guess. Let's go.
3rd round's on me.
Okay. Making your way across the town, you can see a few people are gossiping and a few village boys back to their eyelashes at the more feminine of your group, and
Okay.
also not so feminine of your group. Lucian, you seem to have caught a few individuals' attention.
Oh my.
But you make it inside without any accostation, perhaps, or more likely due to the dwarven family making their way inside as well. They look around to see the interior in its somewhat help-yourself service state and start doing what dwarves do.
Drink.
Drink indeed.
That did not sound good.
Drink indeed.
What are you sniffing, boy? Give one in.
It smells like dwarf.
What are you supposed
Oh,
to
that's a no-go.
Make a perception check.
Oh. That is 11 on the dice plus. That is that's 20. Dirty 20.
2020. Across your time, your travels, your histories, you've experienced some unusual phenomenon. One of them is the slightly acidic, sulfuric scent that comes with demons.
Oh.
And with a lack
That-
of fireplace or open pit of coals, it's evident that not all is as it seems here.
Right,
Oh
I'm
gosh.
gonna hustle up to the group and I'm gonna go, guys, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I smell something that isn't supposed to be here, and it's a smell that I recognize only from encountering some demons, so be on the lookout for any demon-like things.
Flynn was not privy to this conversation because he's as soon as he's walked in, he's seen that the bar is unmanned and that there's all these dwarves here just helping themselves. So he's going to jump over the bar and he's going to start pouring pints.
Okay, the dwarves are likely similar as yourself. You can see they place a coin down the counter and put it, not on the counter, sorry, they put a gold coin into the mug and have just taken out a bunch of tankards and filling up from the various flasks.
Big spenders. Still, I'm going to pour the pints for them and just slide them down the bar.
You see, and we're going to plan on getting our way through it.
I swear I like it. I might join you, my friend.
And suddenly, And suddenly there was only one on webcam.
Can I
I can-
take a look around the room for the demon?
Make an investigation.
Investigation. I'm really bad at those.
Well, you are investigating for any signs of demonology.
Right.
Just have intelligence. Come on.
Yes. 0.
You rolled a 0.
I rolled a
We
0.
have negative intelligence.
So
I'm too concerned with like keeping my hood over my face
Th-
that I
this-
can't really see anything because it keeps getting on my eyes.
This is how it happens. It's the strange combination of about 4 things that if one of them had been different, it wouldn't have been quite so bad. But it was that way of the dwarf turns around with the drink at the same time as Flynn reaches out and hands you yours. As the moment where you decide to duck down and you feel your hood come back up,
No!
so your hands go up to grab your hood, smack the underside of the dwarf's beer, knock it into him at the same time as Flynn puts the beer over the top of you and past you, expecting you to have grabbed it because it looked like you were you were looking serious.
Right.
Not the beer! So
I'm gonna very quickly cast Disguise Self on myself, thank you.
Oh, gentlemen,
Hold
don't you worry. And I'm just gonna fancifully roll out a gold coin across my fingers and like catch it in between my index and my thumb. Be like, don't worry, guys, I've got you covered. And I'm gonna throw the gold coin into the pot and start just handing him free drinks.
Oh, I see. So as it is, it's 5 silver for a room, or if you wish to have rooms individually or rooms as a big group like hamsters, it's up to you. And
Like hamsters.
And similarly, it is 2 copper a drink. So if you're marking that off, it is seems to be a bit of trust going on here.
A silver
considering what's
room?
going on. A silver a room, yes. Silver.
I mean, I've put a gold coin in to cover drinks.
Yes, that will cover.
That'll keep us going for a little while.
That will keep you going for about 40 or so. About I think it's 20 or so drinks.
2.
That's gonna be gone in a second, guys. Come on.
What is this tavern called?
The tavern did not seem to have a name. Did not really have a thing over the arm or anything of that nature. It's perhaps too small. It is the tavern because it is the tavern of the village.
Okay.
Perhaps the local or the hut.
I just dubbed it No Name Tavern.
It's self-service bar.
I believe I might have forgotten to mention this, but this village is known as Passin.
Passin?
Passin.
Is it because we're just passing through?
Yep.
I mean, it's a village that you kind of just be passing by.
Well, you never know if it's still there, you know.
I'll shoot myself.
So are we staying here for the night, or are we?
Shouldn't we investigate the dude that was missing, or are we just gonna ignore that?
I'll second that.
What time of day is it?
Oh yeah.
It's an hour or 2 before sundown, so perhaps 5 in the evening, where most people are going to be making their way here, and most people are no longer tending to the fields. Thus, why you expect so many people on the outskirts coming in.
Okay.
So what's the plan, guys? Are we gonna do some patrolling? We should probably do some magic sensey thing. But that's more your guys' department. Glance over at Buckets and Finn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should check his place out first. I mean, it's his
this is
tavern.
just
Isn't this his place?
Well, that's what I mean. Maybe we should check out his personal room, see if he hasn't been dwelling in anything that he shouldn't have been dwelling in.
That sounds like fun.
Alright, so we're just gonna break down the door, or...
No, guys, I can lockpick the door if it's locked. Don't worry.
Okay.
But breaking doors is so much more fun.
Yeah, no, we'll have to pay more money.
Do
And
we
I'm
know
not
which door it
particularly rich. No. Let's see, how many doors are there, JC?
There is a set of stairs that lead up to an upper balcony where multiple rooms and open doorways seem to be. There's a back door that might lead somewhere behind the bar, and then there's another doorway down at the far end on its own.
Right, let's see.
I do suppose we take a look behind the door or behind the bar.
Yeah, that's my first guess as well.
Seems the most logical.
Yeah, that might work.
Righty. So you peek
Rest
inside, and it is a kitchen. It is a fairly well stocked kitchen at that. You can see a few cuts of meat, a barrel full of what seems to be fish. That you imagine how the heck they managed to get fish out here, and then you remember, oh yeah, desert, ocean, weird thing. Ooh. Sand fish. Not sure how that would taste.
So,
And a
which
whole
one?
heap of
I'm
grain
pretty dry.
ready to be ground into flour for breads.
Well, it seems like he was busy before he disappeared.
Someone should collect some flour. I can't because I'm very weak. But flour is flammable.
Alright. So. Are you planning on burning something down, Buckets?
No, it's just that it might be useful.
Do you have a bag?
Do I have a bag? You can put it in my backpack.
Are you sure you want me to put loose flour all in your backpack, Bucket?
Ooh. No, don't.
That
don't
sounds
back
like a great idea to me. It holds stuff, doesn't it?
Doesn't sound like a great idea to me. It will get all in your underwear.
My underwear. I'm wearing my underwear.
Don't you have an extra pair?
Of course I have an
have
extra pair of
extra-
underwear.
Make a
Well, then
perception
that's
check.
where it's gonna go.
Do
I'd
you
like to
have
do an
enough-
insight.
go on then. Roll,
See if she's
roll-
telling the
you-
truth about
roll
that.
insight.
You guys
Oh,
pack
13.
extra clothing. Come on,
Why,
come on.
why do you guys need to know if I have more than one pair of underwear?
No, it was just
It'd be strange if you didn't.
It's extremely crucial information.
Is there like a little bag around here an empty bag?
For the flour?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the flour sacks. Like, it's not just like a mountain of cocaine just sitting there ready to be snorted. It's a flour sack. There's a lot of these sacks of flour ready to be turned into into bread.
Come
But-
at me, fuckers. I'm
but-
very hungry.
I just
Listen
suppose we
here.
could just grab one of the unopened ones.
Yeah, sure. I'll grab. How heavy is it? Is it like?
It's like a standard 5-pound bag, or is it like
Yeah,
50 fucking
It's
pounds?
a 5-pound bag, you know. Let's face it. If you were to use this in a pillow fight, you'd win.
Ah. Can I have 3?
That's compact.
Guys,
Who are you asking if you can have? There is not currently anyone there to stop you from completely raiding this place clean.
I respect the hustle and I like a cake as much as the next guy, but I really think we've got more pressing matters to attend to.
But cake is delicious. You know I make a bomb-ass cake.
Well, I'd like to try it out one day, definitely, but we have until like morning, right? Before this guy might show up, might not, and we don't know if he
That's
doesn't show
true.
up, whether or not we'll be able to see him ever again. And I quite like someone behind the bar. They know the most.
Buckets.
Here's an idea. It's just an idea, okay? So you guys just hear me out. What if he's in an extra dimensional space that you get to through the sacks of flour? Like maybe we should check every single sack.
Yeah, we really should.
Yeah, and how do we know he hasn't got more stacks elsewhere, Buckets?
Listen here.
We check.
We should see if he can find his room, and we should also see if we can find anything weird at the place where he disappeared, like any magic-y weirdness. Except for the magic-y weirdness that's already here. 'Cause it's fucking magic-y weird.
Is
I mean,
there
demon magic.
a hatch or a separate room in this kitchen?
Not quite a separate room per se. There is an alcove underneath the stairs where you can find out you are able to find other casks, and the casks themselves are the things that pretty much make up this. It's more of a wall is probably the wrong word to use. There's a number of casks that are laid on their sides that are stacked on top of one another that create this partition from the counter to the back where where you currently are with where you're currently examining the net worth of 15 bags of flour.
Right. So there's the kitchen space, then there's the partition of casks, and then there's just the storeroom with flour and assortment of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no hatches, yeah. Cool.
Roll investigation.
Righto.
Can I help him investigate?
How do you do?
Hi, Nina.
I was just about to say.
I will just follow him around and be like, look very closely.
Oh yes, for this motivation.
If she has a negative investigation, does that put him at disadvantage?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm not really sure. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay.
I'm tempted to. I was tempted. Don't get me wrong.
Are you
I'm
looking
tempted.
closely, Flynn? Did you check?
She just
Did you
gets in.
double
She
check?
just
Did you
gets in the
triple check?
way.
Right. I respect that you're trying to help, Bim. I mean buckets, but just a little bit of space would be appreciated. A little bit. Just personal bubbles.
Oh, I see. You're still mad at me. Okay.
It's probably that more than anything else that is the part that gives you the advantage. It's like, right, okay, just a bit of space here. And he goes, okay, so there's space. And you go, finally, back to actual looking. That's when the advantage happens.
Yeah, that was a 15 there, JC.
A 15. You have an examine and look around, and you notice a warping to the floor. As if a few floorboards have been propped up from underneath, as if something from beneath has pushed them up slightly. It's not a hatch, but definitely 3 or 4 floorboards in there along the back wall of the tavern, like the entire back wall of the tavern, the kitchen area of the tavern. There's just these you can see almost like a warping where the boards have been pressed up.
Is the noise, the ruckus of the dwarves, is that quite loud?
There's definitely an evening being had in the other room, as a lot of the gossip is going about what's happened and what people saw, and you gather that not a whole lot happens here, so when something does happen like this, it's all they'll talk about for a while.
Right. I'm just gonna glance over at everyone, and I'm gonna stroll over to the warped floorboards and run my hand along it. I'm gonna look back towards everyone and be like, anyone but Bim, I mean Buckets, you watch that door.
Alright, I'll go stand at the door.
Flynn, you need to be careful.
I'm gonna pull a crowbar out from my backpack, and I'm gonna try and lever up the floorboards where it's warped.
Okay, then make an athletics. The DC is reduced because you have the right to do the job.
Right, athletics. 20, dirty.
20, and with the crowbar that makes it a nice 25. You find the corner one, because that would be one the easiest to pry up, and also the easiest one to not be noticed. And as you pry it up, there's a pressure underneath it, and it almost springs from the force. And I'm using my hands here to kind of like demonstrate, but you guys can't see me right now. It's as if a ruler on the edge of the desk has been pressed down, and the second you pull up on it, it twangs upright. And that gives you the ability to look underneath. And looking underneath, you find, again, what could be cobblestones, but they look different. More worn and aged, scratched even. Like heavy fingernails have been clawing at it. And the space
I'd like to,
is maybe 3 inches from the earth floor to where you can see these brickworks have suddenly pressed up to create this unevenness for the floorboards.
Right. I'm gonna kind of just have a peer inside, and I'm gonna let out a whistle into the hole.
Doesn't echo. The space is perhaps half a foot by 3 inches tall. It's the width of the brickwork.
Right. Okay, so how big were those scratches then? Was it like the size of rodents?
thicker,
Oh
more
my. He's keeping people under the floorboards.
more
Whatever will
of
we do?
like a large claw of some sort.
Right. And there's no movement when I whistle.
There's not enough room for anything to be under here.
Could be part of
Oh.
it.
Oh, okay.
When you pried up the floorboard, the rear of the floorboard is pressed on top of this weird-looking stonework. The front of the floorboard, where you're looking underneath, is 3 inches up from the old earth that the tavern was laid down upon. And looking between the old earth and the floorboard, you can see the brickwork that has Deep's claw marks.
Have I ever encountered any kind of scratch like this before?
That would be a nature with disadvantage, because it is
Righto.
you're peering through a small gap. You don't really get a lot of detail at the moment.
21 and 7.
7. Your experience in hunting is letting you down here. There's certain things you've done, certain things you've seen, but hunting is not one of them. It would.
Right. Well, I don't reckon this is where we want to be, folks. I don't think this is going to get us any closer to finding that poor chap.
JC, can I make an investigation to see if I can find a more permanent smell of the sulfur in this area?
That would be a survival to trace it,
Survive.
track it.
Right. It's my survival. It's a +4. That's not bad. That's 15.
15. As you've been standing at the door frame, kind of like looking back in and looking back out and watching people as they're kind of. You have been noticed, and they are wondering what is going on, but none of them seem brave enough to really question you on what's going on, because as far as they know, there's nothing really untoward at the moment. But as you've been standing there and just kind of breathing in the scent, that smell of sulfur is definitely still there, but it's fainter now as the time is going on.
Oof.
Do you follow the scent?
I'm gonna silently call out to Buckets. I'm gonna.
Bucket? It's me.
Yeah.
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 You remember when I told you about the silver smell buckets? I still smell it, but it's becoming fainter. I kind of want to see if I can find the source.
I'm gonna lift up my arms and smell. It's not me, if that's what you're.
No, if my guess is correct, and I hope it is not, but if it is, then it might be the work of some demons, and that could explain why we're not missing, because, you know, demons do weird shit sometimes, right?
You're very quiet suddenly, Robin.
Oh, sorry. As I said, it might be the work of the demons the demons, if there are demons, they might be somehow related to why there are people going missing.
Do you know where the smell is coming from?
Well, I'm gonna attempt to track it. However, I thought it might be best to not do it by myself and also not go off without letting you guys know. So,
Wait,
We should all get together then, huh?
You guys found a demon?
no, there are signs that there might be one.
Or why are we wasting time with flour and baking cakes?
Look at
Listen here, cakes are really delicious.
So let's go see if I can find trace the smell.
Yeah, let's
If you
go.
can smell the silver
We'll
smell.
follow you.
Let me know. If the silver smell enhances, let me know, guys, because that's a sign. Go.
Okay, lead the way.
Walks into the doorway.
Alrighty, so as you make your way out, you're following the scent leads you in 2 different directions.
Oh.
The first place that leads you to, the first kind of clear point that you gain the scent from, is near the centre of the town square. The large squared off, the large well that is this is squared off well at the centre. You can get the scent there, and it's quite strong here. But as you left and were deliberately trying to follow the scent, you had that moment of wait. There's 2 ways it's come. You got a 15 survival.
Yeah.
You gather that whatever the scent is, it's come from one direction into the tavern, and then has come back out of the tavern, and it's at its strongest where, what did I say his name was? Dylan?
The Arstend?
Dilwyn. Where Dilwyn has gone.
The tavern king.
Dilwyn has disappeared. That's where it's strongest. But you're definitely getting a scent as well from almost a perpendicular, like a 90-degree angle.
So, from the well, right?
No, not from the well. From another direction. It's up to you if you want to
Oh.
follow it.
So it ends where the dude disappeared, and I get another one. Well, it seems to disappear here, and it's also where the tavern king disappeared. So I think we should maybe try to find the origin, because we still have that smell. So let's see if we can follow that.
Yeah.
You just give me one moment. I'm going to swap the music out because.
Foreboding.
Oh.
Yes. Turns on Skyrim danger music.
Initiative.
Fireball to the
Baldwin
face.
boss fight music.
You wish.
No, dude, it's just Doom Eternal music.
Suddenly the mortar song starts playing. I don't know the fucking the Empire theme song from Star Wars.
I thought this was Amazing Grace for a second.
This music is
That's
kinda
what it
like-
sounded like, yeah.
The way that it started, I was like, wait a minute.
I did actually disappear. So, you make your way in following the scent, and it is becoming quite weak by this point, so it's a quick movement that leads you to the edge of the village. And from the edge of the village, you can see what must be the ruins that have been talked about. It is a perhaps 50-foot square don't know what the word is, jumbled heap of items. And the scent, in that final breath of wind, you get that another a whiff of that scent coming from there.
Coming from the ruins, guys.
The ruins themselves seem to be what remains of a couple of buildings. They, in their own right, have fallen, collapsed. There might even be rope, metal spurs and springs, rusted and aged. You notice coiled rope that has been mummified in some way. All the moisture so intensely drained from it that it seems to have cracked and broken away from the spooling mechanism, as if someone has taken a set of scissors and just cut it like a bit of paper.
How crude.
The remains of what could have been a pavilion of some sort, a large metal pole with some tattered remnants fluttering over the top of it, as well as that smell. Let me just check now here. Can everyone except Robin make a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh no.
Charisma save?
Oh no.
We should be okay.
At 20, it turns into a 22.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
That's decent.
Where's my d20? There it is. Oh.
Yikes.
18.
11.
Ooh.
11. Okay. Bin Bam,
I'm good at charisma. Why did I roll a 3?
do you mind rolling for me on the Wild Magic Surge table?
No. I mind that. I mind that a lot.
Yay!
Let's go.
My name is Buckets.
I can do it for you if you wish.
No, I rolled.
Oh,
You have the table, or do you want me to pull it up?
Do you want me to roll, or would you prefer to do it?
I already rolled it.
So go ahead then.
Yes, okay, let me look at the table for a second. I'm pulling it up now. I wasn't prepared. I forgot that I have to look at a table. Where are you? Right there. Okay, where are we? I cast confusion centered on myself.
Oh no.
Wow.
In that case, this is what happens. You all step out and you catch sight of this ruin, and as you do so, it's as if that tingling feeling from the sands suddenly has a point and a lightning rod. And from that, those with magic feel the sudden synaptic snap kind of connect with your magic. And it's weird, as if this foreign element is just tracing around, feeling in your inside, that pool, that essence, that void that fills with your magical power suddenly got an alien hand rummaging around in it. You tense, you move, you jerk, you make the motions, whichever it is that you wish to do, to ward off this feeling. However, Buckets, you have this rather tenuous grasp of that void at times. And this entity, whatever thing has just happened, reaches out and finds a strand of your power and plucks it with a finger. And suddenly, the entire area is consumed with this neon purple and blue sparkling energy. And you hear wolves howl off in the distance in the back of your minds. But we're going to go on break, and we'll come back to see what exactly happens here.
Are we confused now?
We'll find out when we come back from break.
I think you're confused.
Sorry to everyone standing within 10 feet of me.
So yeah, all of us.
Yeah,
Great.
pretty
Fun.
much all of you there.
Oh,
So
dear.
we will be back in a few minutes. We're just going to get a couple of get our drinks, refresh. I use the bathroom, so bear with us. And don't forget, you will be asked at the end of the stream, though we might start doing that at the break as well, at the end, to vote in the poll to say who it is you think is most deserving or is most in need of a reroll. So, don't go anywhere.
Can't believe it.
back. So, as we left off, the Vanguard had set outside the sanctum of the village, and in so doing had triggered some form of magical essence as the looming chaos storm continues to build. The darkness on the horizon now evident and malevolent. But that is not what you all notice, because instead what happens is as you step out you feel this foreign presence try to claim hold of part of your being, and suddenly you are suffused by this purple blue neon sparkle mist. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
20.
Oh my god, you're fucking kidding me.
22.
Alright, show off.
14.
Always
Just
gonna
say,
one up me, eh? Go.
Look, I'm just wise. Can't help it.
9.
9. There it is, the final admittance. And as
Is it with my DC or
probably, yeah.
16?
16.
shit!
Is Roomba back yet? I feel like he might not have returned.
Oh,
No.
oh, did we not?
Like everyone
not
said
take
yes,
into
you took you at your word, you
We
assholes.
are assholes.
We're
That's
so
the-
professional.
That's the thing. When you ask, is everyone back? Everyone's asking,
I'm
like
here.
answering for
Yeehaw.
themselves.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeehaw.
There we go.
We
Hi.
didn't start without you. I
Well,
promise.
we've just started, Roomba, so if you wouldn't mind, could you make a wisdom saving throw?
JC's
17.
an asshole. He started without you. He knew you weren't here.
17.
17, okay then. So, as the smog clears, you find yourselves in an extremely shadowed environment. The sky overhead, once blue with dark clouds, now is nothing but a black void darker than the scarlet sky. Around you, the wind, which had been gentle, now seems to draw talons across exposed flesh. The grass is no more. The buildings are no more. The ruins before you now stand different. They are the only source of light that you now have. The sands to your right now truly seem like the ocean that they are often called. The black frothingness, much more aggressive here than it was but moments before. However, I think we might need a little bit of initiative.
Oh,
Alright.
oh boy.
Ooh.
I actually rolled good for once.
Draw your
Yeah, me
attention
too.
to this, as it is the black nothingness that surrounds you.
19. Oh yeah.
Got it.
4.
Do a few. So I'll get the initiatives in one moment, or Robin will do that so kindly
Yep.
for me.
Alright. Has everyone rolled? Because then I'll start going at 25 to 20. I got a 24.
20.
And 20.
I think Bucket stole my roll.
Bucket. Alright.
I've been rolling great so far, and then when I don't, she gets a 20.
Just saying.
15.
19.
19 for. Who said that?
Flynn.
Everyone say hi to Butler.
Flynn, alright. Flynn.
Butler, I want to see.
15
check
to
him out.
Aww. Fluffy.
15 to 10.
18.
Oh, who got an 18? Lucian?
Yep.
Alright, Lucian. What did you get, Fan?
A 4.
4, okay.
I think you
Alright,
rolled good.
No,
What?
that was what Penny got.
Okay.
Do I
Four.
need to add any
Monsters.
yeah?
If you place yourselves in the center of the map, because this is what will happen. As the cloud consumes around you, you find yourself in an unfamiliar place. Your minds of some of you somewhat addled. The only thing you can see are the ruins that were once off in the distance, now a much different shape. You can see what appears to be flame exuding from within some of the buildings that now seem a lot different. But, more importantly, some of your allies seem to be rather strange. So, who is first in the initiative?
Me.
Okay then. This is what you see around you. The black nothingness, the broken, the grass no more, just in this. Maybe the grass is. I don't want this. The grass is still there, but it is not grass. It is now this almost iron filing-like residue. As you step on it, you can feel it bend under your weight, as if small bits of metal are being forcibly snapped. The sands of the desert are no more. It is this roiling black, frothing, near water-like texture that is calling to you. In addition, you see the ruins ahead of you, the only source of light, but you hear all around you slow chittering sounds, grinding, hissing, almost hyena-like chippering laughter, but this much darker. This sound rolling in from all directions. What would you like to do?
Freak the fuck out. No.
Aren't we confused?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is-
You're confused.
I did not save, I think. I got a 14.
I think that Robin and I are confused.
Can you roll a d10, please?
Yes. Both of us, yes.
For Robin. Or, what was it? Callan? Carrick?
Critch?
Gretch.
Critch, okay. Roll a d10, please.
I got a 2.
A 2, okay then. You stand there as if frozen, incomprehending of what is going on, as whatever it is that surrounds you continues to make this horrifying presence known. You do nothing for your turn. You take no actions, you do not move. Next in the initiative.
Buckets.
You roll
Buckets.
a d10.
I connect and move normally. 9.
9. You can indeed act normally. Actually, Robin, can you make a... I believe it's another wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn. Yeah, wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
Got a 15 this time, so I don't...
15, still a failure. Okay, Buckets, it is your turn. You are free to do as you please. You are standing in a foreign land, in a strange place, with horrible things surrounding you and coming at you. You cannot see them at the distance, but you can hear them coming. There are footfalls, clanking, grinding, scraping, and almost like almost the sound of hooves and heavy footfalls pounding.
Okay. I'm going to cast Spell Conduit.
You do not have the materials available.
No, you're right. I don't have the stupid things. Okay. Then I will cast Blink.
Okay, you just go, fuck this, nope. You don't know what's
Blink.
coming, but you're getting the hell out of there.
Yep.
Okay then, you cast Blink upon yourself. Do you move at all? Are you going in any place, or are you just standing there screaming?
I'm gonna hide behind Flint.
Just behind Flynn. Okay then. At the end of your turn, can you roll a d10? A d20 even?
Yes, I
11 or higher, you blink out.
Wait, I need to roll a couple. I need to roll a couple of d20s. 'Cause first, I cast a spell.
Yep, you do.
Second, do I blink? I blink, and then I need to roll my saving throw, right?
Mhm.
I do not pass. I'm still
Pass, you
confused.
still remain confused.
Flynn, I run behind you and then I pop out of existence.
And upon you pop out of existence, you find yourself floating in an astral plane, the ethereal realm, a representation of this. And if
This is
anything, it
different.
is perhaps scarier. For here, an eel-like creature, with two heads, one at either end, begins snapping as it flows past you, curiously investigating. And you can almost see into this realm that you've just departed from. Vast mountains of jagged teeth, almost like draconic spines, ripple around. The ocean, which very much is clearly now an ocean, is this caustic, bubbling... Hey, there's a pring. Thank you very much for joining into our stream. The caustic, broiling mass that... It is the thing that seems to be making some of the sounds, though not all of them. Next initiative.
I think it's Flynn. Flynn.
Flynn.
Right. And so from my point of view, Buckets has just disappeared. Right. So I'm just going to exclaim out loud, like, "Oh, bloody typical! Soon as things get tough, she does a runner again!" And I'm going to pull out my hand crossbow, and I'm just going to fire into the darkness at the sounds approaching us.
You're going to do what, sorry?
I'm going to pull out my hand crossbow, and I'm just going to fire it at the sounds of things approaching us.
Okay, roll an attack with disadvantage.
Okie dokie, boss man.
You can do it, I believe in you!
Well, we don't know if we want it to hit, but
That is the
we'll
key
see.
question, isn't it?
That's a 14.
14. You pull back your crossbow, fire it into the distance, and you hear as it shatters against something off in the gloom, and in response you hear the
I don't like that. I do not like that. I do not like that.
is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Is there any cover or any form of anything, or are we all just stood back to back in an expanse of nothingness?
Do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay then. You cannot see anything except for whatever is burning in the ruins, perhaps 100 feet away.
So it appears like cover is 100 feet away.
That is, you see nothing. It is an inky black void of nothingness, noise, and the only thing you can see right now is some form of flame that is gently illuminated, like showing the silhouette, like the light of whatever flame is burning is being blocked out by a structure off in the distance.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna stand my ground with everyone else around me then.
Okay then.
No, don't say it like that.
Yay! Stand
Yes, you
still,
can-
wait for the monster to come to you. That never hurt anybody.
JC, can you turn yourself up a little bit? Your stream says you're a little quiet.
Hold on 1 second. Does that make me sound a lot better now, stream?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Sorry, I forgot to move my microphone after the break. So, who's next?
Next up is that was Flynn, right? Solution.
Lucian. You succeeded in the save, I believe, so do you have dark vision?
Yes I do.
Okay. Around you see the iron-like grass that goes off into the eternal gloom. Off to your other side, you can see the vastness that is and once was the shifting sands, now a liquid broiling towards you as if beckoning you, eager to consume whatever you may tend, or if you are not too close, drag you forward. You can see the ruins off in the distance, and that is all you currently are aware of. You got 60 feet of dark vision? Or 30 feet of dark vision?
60.
60, yeah. Not aware of anything else.
I'm just gonna call out to the darkness like, "Oi! The hell are you?"
Shiny, 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 bring it electric. it back, give it back.
Why didn't answer? And any reason you wanna, consume us?
You just, it's almost incomprehensible as whatever record scratching, gears grinding, metal on metal shrieking as the things in the darkness continue to move towards you at some speed, and the voices continuing to get louder, just repeating over and over again this nonsensical horror.
Alright, that's you're no help. I'm just gonna start walking towards the only source of light.
Okay, so your movement speed is 30, I believe.
Mm.
Alrighty, so I believe if we'll mark well, if we have this point here, if we have the top be the distance, I believe you actually might be the distance away. Oh, that didn't work. I'm gonna try that again. How far away are you guys from the edge of the map? Or rather, how far away is the edge of the map from you? Because then it's easier. Okay, so you move 30 feet. So let's mark down 100 feet away from the edge. So if we get 100, that is 80. So you would be. This is where you would be, Roomba. And if everyone else wants to move themselves 30 feet further down. So Roomba, you're on this line here.
Fun.
Are you on the roll 20?
Yes, I am, but I do not know how to move a token.
Click and drag. You have a
Or
token?
so, do I? No, I don't.
So now this is where I did not know you did not have a token. Grab like if you go into the entities, if you grab one of them and just drag it, just literally click and drag it on. We'll use that as yourself.
Temporarily.
Or if someone could place a token for him, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, I'll throw down a common
Oh, I just grabbed the lonely.
Lonely is a monster. Use a human.
Cast away into the darkness you go.
You too.
You're adding to the threat.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. They would fit here as well.
God damn it.
Oh no.
Place
Oh no.
yourself, at the 30 feet mark.
Yeah.
One further. There you go.
Okay, who is after? I believe that would bring us to Finny.
Oh, so close. Fenny?
Yes.
He's not going to get our names right this whole time, you know that.
Well, I still don't understand. What is the name? Fenny? Finny?
It's Fen, in between quotes, Fenny is what it says.
So it's like it's funny, but with an E.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I said that.
You said
maybe-
Finny. That's okay.
Sounded, your accent made it sounds like you're saying it with an I.
Fanny. Jesus, I'm like fucking
Yeah.
Wally.
Eva!
Eva!
Alright, let's
Fanny.
And Fanny, would you like to take your turn?
Yes, I would like to take my turn.
Go
So-
on. What would you like to do?
So you say that we're just kind of being approached or surrounded by.
You
dark and
hear
mysterious
creatures coming
beings.
from various directions. Yeah.
Well, I don't feel like wasting any type of spells. So, I'm going to use the cantrip Dancing Light.
Okay.
Basically, it allows me to put up 4 torch-sized lights within range. And then I'd like to just kind of keep one on each character. So,
Alrighty.
or each player.
Mhm.
So everyone has a 10-foot
10-foot
source of
sphere
dim
of
light.
influence. However, the plane or the place that you find yourself upon seems to clamp down on that light source, and rather than giving 10 feet of illumination around, Instead, it only gives 5 feet. It is halved. It's crushed down and pressed back so that barely anything is illuminated. And here, now that you actually have a light source for the rest of you to see by, everything here is in shades of grey and black. There is no colour.
Ah. Okay. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and follow along.
You're going
And-
to whoop 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 whoop.
I'm gonna whoop 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 my 30 feet.
Okay then. At the top of the round, Robin, your character with the highest passive perception, you notice some new. You can almost hear them coming from the south and from the west. You can hear them coming from that direction. They're not coming from the water, they're coming along the land towards you. However, it is your turn. Could you roll a d10 for me, please?
Alright. 7.
7. With a 7, a randomly determined creature within its reach. Who is close to you right now? Like, who's standing next to you?
Next to me is Buckets on one side, and on the other side is who's that? Is that
Buckets is in an astral plane. It's just me.
Oh.
Buckets is gone.
So basically, you must turn and try and hit Flynn as you are compelled by this confusing thing. You see this creature lunging out towards you, and you turn and you smack towards it with a big punch.
just one? I only have to do one?
Makes 1 attack.
Alright, good.
What, you hoping to do more?
I mean, I can smack you 4 times in a turn!
Do it! Do it! Follow up!
That's 26 to hit.
Let me check.
That might have some form of influence.
This isn't my fault. It's not my fault, guys.
That's 9 damage.
9 points of damage as wham! This fist comes out of nowhere and socks you across the jaw. And you, do you wish to uncanny dodge that?
No, I'm gonna save that.
You get it
Don't
every
worry
round.
about it.
Oh, every round? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll uncanny dodge that. Yeah,
So you
go
take
on then.
half as much damage, so you take 4 points as just at the last moment you hear the as the fist socks towards you, and you bend with the blow, but it still manages to catch you and it like hyperflicks the jaw slightly. It's like, oh! That was your action. You have your movement if you so wish to do it, as the confusion comes out of your eyes, and suddenly you reveal yourself back in what originally was this back alley street full of brawlers, now returns to this grey waste landscape.
Alright. That's an action. That sucks. Alright, I'll yell out to you guys. They're coming from the south and the west! And then I'll
You're not gonna apologize for punching him?
look to the side at Lucian. I go, I'm so sorry.
Just gonna click my jaw. Just first one's free, mate. Don't make a habit.
I thought for sure that you were a wolf for a second there, man. You were lunging at me. I'll heal you as soon as I can.
Like I said,
And then-
first one's free.
And then I'll move to the, just to remind me, west side, is that left or right?
Left.
Left or right.
It's
Then I'll
never
move-
eat soggy waffles, Robin.
Shredded wheat. Goddamn Yankees.
Soggy waffles?
Naughty elephants squirt water.
Yeah,
Naughty-
come on.
Oi, oi.
What?
I'll move up to here to cover the left side of the party. Move up! Can't see shit!
Okay, at the end of your turn, can you make another wisdom saving throw to see if you succeed against the confusion?
Come on. That's 16? What's the
16.
DC, right?
That is the
Fuck,
save.
I got a
You-
14, 15, 16 in a row.
You somehow managed to push this influence out. Perhaps a little bit guilty. Perhaps now that you're running towards something and your mind can focus, you managed to shake the otherwise exterior influence. So yeah, that was that. Next up is
But
Me.
Buckets. You
I pop
return
back.
to wherever
Did you
the
see my
hell this
message?
is. Yes.
Did you see my message? Okay.
You
That's
return to
all I
wherever
needed
the
to
hell
know.
this is.
I return. First, I roll a d10. Another 10, so I can act and move normally. I looked up the spell, and I can hear everything that happens here. So I know you said Flynn, and if you didn't want to help me and you were still mad at me, you didn't have to come here, and I'm gonna kick him.
To you. Okay, roll an attack.
fucking hell! This poor dude.
Can't even uncanny dodge
What
that
do
one.
I add to it?
Your strength modifier.
Okay, so 14, so 13 to hit.
Does that hit you?
14.
13.
13.
No.
I miss and I slip and I fall on the ground and I say, I didn't mean to run away!
Oh
You
dear.
guys roll that? I'm smelling a lot of bullshit.
Do you run or do you not?
I will run, I guess. I'll start waddling towards where everyone else is going.
Okay. Your master 25 movement speed. At the end of your turn, can you make another saving throw, please?
Flynn, I need you to pick me up and carry me. I'm really slow. 7. I blink out again.
No, not for that.
Oh.
And you don't blink out. It's 11 or higher.
Oh, yeah.
The
No,
wisdom.
Right, you're right. Yeah, okay. Wisdom
Confusion.
save is
The confusion.
13. I'm still confused.
You're still confused. Okay then. And now you roll for blink.
Yeah, now I roll for blink. 19.
You blink out. Flynn. What is your armor class, Flynn?
Oh no. It is 16.
16. You hear this shrieking sound, and then silence. As a javelin spears into you.
Gosh, love it.
You take 6 points of piercing damage as the javelin comes across and gets you across the back of the shoulders and down your arm. And you hear this continuing shrieking, the shiny, bring it, give it back, monster, give it to us.
Brilliant.
This horrible, gibbering,
beautiful.
growling sound. What is your actually you hear another thud where Buckets was. What is the armor class of Lucian?
It is 18.
18. You feel the javelin incoming in this preternatural ascent. You bring up the shield and smack it away against you, Fanny. That would be a. Oh, let me draw with disadvantage. Ooh, that's high. That's what is your armor class?
11.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So a 17 comes in to smack you, and you similarly take 6 points. As another long, barbed, rusted. What could have perhaps been the haft of a great axe now turned into a javelin, rusted and pitted from acid scarring, thumps into you, and you take the 6 points. And then against Robin, that is a. Oh, that's a.
I just catch it.
That's a. Oh, you're gonna use your reaction to catch it.
Yeah.
Okay, well it misses, so you don't need to.
Okay.
And so as it comes flying forward, you just hear the whistling in the wind. You sidestep, it thumps, and that would be the end of their turn. That
What's
brings.
their initiative so I can add them in the.
They go between bucket. They go after buckets.
Right.
They weren't within range before.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but just so we don't call out that the next person goes.
Yeah.
When,
So who's after the entities?
Flynn.
Flynn.
Yeah.
Ow.
Right. Can I just double check? Crossbows have they reload, don't they, by the next turn?
Yeah, so you can fire them once per round in effect.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna like start walking backwards, and I'm gonna pull out my dagger and cut off the end of the javelin and pull it out of my shoulder.
Yep, no difficulty.
Yeah. And as I'm walking back, I'm just gonna say, "You bloody gits!" and I'm gonna fire my crossbow into the darkness.
Okay, what is the level of your dark vision? Do you have dark vision?
I don't have dark vision.
You do not
I'll fire it into
I
the
tell you,
dark.
it's a disadvantage then, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm. Right, that is a 12.
12. You once again fire, you hear this clang, and once again, shiny, shiny.
So, I've moved 30 feet upwards, correct? Let me see, sorry. I'm
As
just gonna put a rule
you get up
Yeah.
alongside your allies, all of you just hear this.
Can I use my bonus action to dash towards the light?
Yes, you can.
Okay, where am I moving?
Forward.
30 feet.
Just
which way? Just
forward.
north? North. Okay, 30 feet north.
Yeah.
So,
I should have moved myself. Oops. I'm gonna do that real
I
quick.
moved
Okay.
you. I moved you up.
Oh, you did? Okay, thank you.
You got
there?
20, right?
Yeah, there we are.
Okay, at the end of your turn, please say who goes next. It helps keep the combat rolling smoothly.
Oh, apologies. Lucian.
Lucian. Lucian, you're up. You've heard this. The ground rumbles with the level of that shiny and a large thump as something huge off in the distance makes another movement. You're not sure what, and with the javelins now coming in, movement might be either getting into combat or getting the fuck out of it.
This is not an ideal situation. I'm just gonna yeet right up here.
Alright.
Just gonna leave.
Do you wish to action dash for another 30 feet, or do you have something else prepared for your action?
I'm gonna dash.
Okay. Now then move another 30 feet then. Your feet, as you're running, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yay, the one thing I'm good at.
Actually, you will also need to make one as well, Flynn.
Oh, sorry, what was that? What do I need to make?
A dexterity saving throw, please.
Sure thing, boss. 16.
16, you're fine. What'd you get, Lucian?
19.
19, you're fine. So as you continue running, it's as if the ground that you run upon as you reach literally where Flynn is suddenly becomes extremely slippery, and it's as if running on. You know those pamphlets that you sometimes get? They have that really strange like texture on them, and you put them down, they just slide all over one another, a slightly plasticized feel to them. It's very much like that. Your footing very easily and very much wants to slide out from underneath you as you're running on this texture, and with the level of illumination that you now have, and with a bit of dark vision as a bonus, it's looking more and more like the sand that you saw moving in the shifting sands before you came to wherever you're at. So that is the end of your turn. That brings us back to the top of the initiative after Lucian.
As Fenny had a go.
No,
Oh, sorry, Fenny.
it's funny.
Still me my turn.
Go on then, Fenny, take your turn.
And I've got nothing to do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dash forward and use double my movement speed.
Alrighty. As you run past Flynn, can you make
On your
a-
left. Alright, go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
It's alright, that's no problem. As you pass Flynn, can you make a dexterity saving throw to see if you slip on the suddenly changing topography?
5.
5. As you get to Finney, you call out to him and go, "Come on, we need to," and you fall over. You fall there. You can get up and continue, but you do take your movement. You can only move a further 15 feet.
Then I will do so then. Shall get back up and continue.
Flynn, in the darkness, you hear the, "Come on, we did the,"
Scrambling to my feet.
just the scrabbling, gibbering motions around you. Now it's the end of the initiative, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, now it is back up to...
At the top of the initiative, a howling wind suddenly shrieks across the area. Can everybody make a Constitution saving throw, please?
I don't have to because I'm not there, right?
You are not there.
22!
Success.
Oh,
17.
2.
Ooh.
Fail.
17. Jesse.
Success.
Yay.
Poor Flynn.
Lucian, what'd you get? Uh,
11.
11. Fail. You've heard the shrieking, grinding sound of metal on metal, but until now the wind has been blowing it away from you. And then when that wind suddenly changes direction, that shriek of rusted gears grinding, snapping and tearing as whatever it is in the darkness tries to come after you is deafening. Everyone who failed is now deaf.
Oh, goodness. You had me scared for a second then with that death. Okay. Oh.
Is now deafened. At the end of your turns, you can make a Constitution saving throw to succeed against it. That brings us back to the top of the initiative with, I believe it is, yes it is.
Gretch. I spelled my own name wrong.
I was gonna say.
Let me fucking change that real quick.
Go on then. Go on, Cretchy boy! Show him how it's done!
Alright, well, first of all, that's Flynn that's standing there, right?
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna run at you. Do I need to make a dex save, Jason?
You will if you move 5 more feet.
Okay, well, as I get to him, to his big surprise, I'm gonna again clock him in the face. But this time it's not gonna deal damage. So I spent 1 key point to heal you for a little bit. Oh, nice, that's 10 health that you get back. Roll max.
It's the darndest thing. He comes up to you and in almost it's you expect him to punch you, and it's a firm caress. It's the same way that a pimp might treat a treasured hoe and goes, "You make me good money," and you feel suddenly better for it. It's a really disconcerting feeling.
I mean, I have no idea he's coming. I'm deaf and I'm like trying to move forward.
You are deaf and blind, actually. That is very true.
Oh, and blind. I'm blind as well.
Well, you're not blind, but you cannot see anything aside from the 5
So I just start like
illumination.
freaking out, like, what? I'm just like spinning in a circle, like batting at my ears, like, what the hell was that?
Your droopy bovine ears flapping around. Ow, just hit my own headset.
And then I'll turn around for a second. I'll go, Buckets! Hurry the fuck up, you slow cunt! Come on!
I see. Can you make a, as you continue running, can you make a dex save?
Yes. 14.
14. You likewise slap and go, "You're gonna be okay." You take a step, whoop, on your ass.
That's all my moves! Shit!
You don't think you've got an action left, so you can stand up, and that'll probably be the end of your turn, and you can move 5 more feet.
Alright. That will be the end of my turn. Buckets, you're up.
Oh my god, I need to roll because I'm so confused. I'm so bad at wisdom.
Yep, roll a wisdom saving throw.
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
You pop back into existence, boy. Ooh, what's that pretty sound? And at the end of your turn, can you make a wisdom saving throw? Try and succeed.
Am I gonna have a character death already? 11.
11. You do not succeed. Can you roll another d20 to see if you blink out?
19.
You blink out. To be fair, you could move 10 feet because you choose where you blink out. So you did move 10 feet.
Right, I'll move 10 feet forward.
Yeah, I've done it for you.
Can I speak? Am I allowed to speak if I don't move or take actions? Can I still call out for help?
Yeah, no, because
That's
even if you did, the shrieking sound is deafening everybody.
Oh no,
so
right? Oh fuck.
your turn. It is theirs. They will move up and they will dash. Do you have dark vision, crutch?
Nope.
Okay. Buckets. You see dark iron figures, rusted chainmail, broken arms, shambling on stumps of knee joints and elbows, crawling and shambling. This grinding sound as their own bodies are slightly grazed and sandpapered against the filing nature of the grass that they drag themselves upon. These deranged, yellowed, red, orange eyes, and these faces that just continue, their jaws continue to up and down as just burbling noise of this constant scathing sound. As they dash into view. I will not place them on the map because no one else but Buckets can see them, and Buckets can't really act upon them at the moment. That will be the end of their turns. After me is Flynn. I
Right.
think. Yeah, Flynn.
Okay. And it's make the save at the end of your turn, is it, for the death?
Deafness, yes.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm absolutely just gonna like stumble forward, not quite in a straight line, just a bit all over the place, like barely keeping my footing, because I'm like completely discombobulated. I'm gonna move up to Lucian.
Okay. Are you going to action or bonus action anything?
Nah, I'd argue he has no idea what's going on. He's just gonna stick with as far as he can go.
You are pretty close to the edge of the ruins, and I should have probably said this with Lucian being there as well. The two of you see. It's hard to describe. You see flames licking from the inside of a structure, the broken edges of it exposed as if slashed and acid scarred, cobblestones broken and nearly smashed to pulverized dust particles to gravel a road still remain, though barely. A large well in the centre, squared off, rises about 4 or 5 feet, and a statue is toppled off the edge of it, and clearly denotes the signs of a battleground. Some bodies lie about, broken walls, beams broken, boulders and ballistae littering around, all in disintegrated states.
Okay, well, I guess he's going to dash a little bit forward to the nearest like piece of familiarity, to the nearest like cobblestone wall that's in the light, and just prop himself against it and try and regain himself.
Okay then.
How far is he moving?
As you get inside, you hear that "No shiny come back."
Do I hear it?
Actually, no, you don't. Everyone else does, though. Everyone else who's not currently deafened hears
just
that.
checking to see if that was like intentionally like in my head or.
Oh
if
no,
that was, okay. Yeah.
A lot of
No
conditions to track here.
No worries.
So yeah, so that is what everyone else hears. Who goes after yourself?
Sorry, just Constitution is it for the...
Oh yes, Constitution saving throw.
4?
Oh!
It's...
Oh, with a oh! You do what? Succeed.
It's Lucian.
Lucian, you're up.
Oh no. Alright, I'm just gonna run right in, because I can.
Alrighty, you likewise see this. So there's the well in the centre. There's a building as you run into your left-hand side. Seems to be from the illumination you can see like parts of the sand of the shifting sands. This kind of very greyed iron filing, like very slippery sand piled on the east and west. Off in the at the far end of what is currently illuminated, you can see a building partially collapsed, its exterior broken open, and a long line of fire running along one of its walls.
Is that the brightest point?
That is the brightest point, yes.
I run to there.
Okay then, you run to there. We will change maps when everyone is there, because currently we've got a little bit of a gap to buckets. It's a little bit of a gap. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes it is.
Alrighty.
Fenny.
That'll be me next.
Yep.
And I'm gonna wade my way through this sand, and I'll find myself just right up there with them, going towards the light.
Yep. Okay.
And then next should be someone else's turn.
Back to the top of the round.
Top of the list.
At the top of the round, the wind dies down, and you no longer hear it. FX Buckets, you're up. You appear 10 feet from where you were.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm moving slowly,
Oi.
slowly forward.
still here.
It's Cratch's turn.
Dick.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was Buckets before you.
No.
It's alright, Cretch, on you go.
Alright. I'll get up and then I'll run on over. And I'll yell back, Buckets! The fuck? I don't know where you are, but you really gotta come over.
Mm.
No need to worry. She's one of the best wizards in the land. She'll catch up.
Fuck!
I believe that. I believe that, honestly.
No,
Come on,
yeah.
Okay, so
Sure.
you move 10
She'll
feet.
totally make it. It's fine.
I'm gonna prepare the dodge action just in case.
Okay. Can you roll on the a D10, please?
Oh my god, a D10. 7. The
Um.
creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there's no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn.
Okay, so you do nothing. You stand there. Ooh,
Wait.
ah.
Wait, it says the creature uses its action.
Yeah, and then
Can I
it
use my
says
bonus action in my movement?
it does nothing this turn.
Nothing. Does that mean nothing as in terms of my like action? I can't use my action for anything else, or is that nothing in terms of like
Let me have a look.
literally anything else?
Let me look at the spell like directly.
It says
Eyes.
if there is no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing for this turn.
I would
So
say,
I assume you would do nothing.
yeah,
But
it doesn't take. Yeah, it does not. You do nothing this turn.
See, you guys need to come back so I can hit you, and then at least be able to walk forward and use a bonus action.
Ice Bucket, you're in an astral plane of deathness.
I'm not in an astral plane anymore.
Alright, well then, in other words, you're fucked.
Nice.
Yeah,
Roll a
basically.
I'll go
roll a
get it.
d20 to see if
You're
you.
screwed hard.
Roll.
11.
Okay, so you blink. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving for 7.
7. You blink out. You are safe, but you're
Oh.
being left behind. Okay. At the end of your turn, the creatures. They can't see you though. Like they see you
No.
appearing and disappearing like a fucking lighthouse. What would they do? What would they do? So many things they could do. So many things they might want to do. They are going to action dash, and they would be here. on the board. I got them on the other map, so I don't want to just drag them all across to here. They get to here.
Where's here?
I'm pinging.
Where's here? Okay. Oh God! I'm gonna have my first character death in the first episode.
No, but you're a great mage.
Don't worry, you're a great mage.
You'll make it.
That ends their turn.
That's the
Next up
upselling
is
recipe.
Flynn.
Okay.
Flynn, you have arrived into the brightness. You see your allies coming into it, and then you wait. There's no buckets.
Can I? Okay, so I was going to ask actually to roll perception because I'm completely deaf and I can't hear Kretsch screaming out for buckets. I was going to ask if I could actually perception to see if I could see him screaming or realise that she wasn't here. But I just realised that, do I?
Yeah, you just realised that the buckets has
Okay.
not arrived.
I'm gonna try and hit my ears again, and I'm just gonna turn around and be like, BAM! And I'm gonna run back in.
Okay,
Oh no!
so I'd say you're probably about 10 feet in, so from the edge of the map, count that as like 10 feet of movement, and then you can go from there.
Okay.
Has
it's gonna-
the dancing lights been moved since they were cast? Were they kind of like bobbing along with everybody?
Yeah, I would. So when I cast it, I think buckets was not in our dimension, so it would have been attached to us, the other 4,
Right.
and it would have just been following him along.
Okay, so you do not actually see anything out there. It is just solid blackness.
Yeah. I'm not gonna use.
Sorry, bucket.
Actually.
You're
Is there
sprinting
anything else
into
I can do?
blackness, and you hear the creatures getting closer. Well, no, you
No,
don't
I
hear.
don't.
You don't hear the creatures getting
No,
closer.
The rest of us hear it.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Who else was deaf? I think someone else got deafened, didn't they? Was that Kretsch that got
Was
deafened?
me.
Oh, okay. Lucian, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh yay! Great.
I think we're bad at con. This is such a weird twist from like Strahd when everyone had +3.
Actually,
I have a +3.
it's still technically my turn, right?
Yeah. Just I forgot to ask Lucian to make the con save at the end of their
Oh,
turn.
no worries. No.
What did you get,
Yeah.
Lucian?
I got 8.
8. Still deaf.
Okay.
Yay!
Can I use prestidigitation to fire a small blast of air directly into my ears to try and blow the sand out and try and hear a bit better?
That might perma-deafen you.
Just a little bit, just like prestidigitation, just cleaning it. Fine, I use prestidigitation to clean my ears a bit better. Then. How about that?
I like the creativity. I'm going to say sure, make the save with advantage.
Okay. Buckets, why are you arguing against me here? I'm trying to come for you! Constitution with advantage. Not disadvantage, there we go. 16?
16 succeeds. You're able to hear again,
Oh.
and as you clear out your ears, and as you suggested, it might have been something. Just the ringing, just having that moment of deafness, the actual creating a void for your ears to suddenly recalibrate to. You then listen away and goes, I can hear again. Oh fuck! I probably shouldn't have heard. That's terrifying.
Flip back like, what the fuck? Next up is Lucian.
Thank you, Lucian. You saw one of your compatriots run in, turn around, watch you, watch the other 2 arrive, and then run away from you. You're still running towards the building with the firewall, the brightest point.
Not anymore. Whatever this dumbass down here is going for.
So do you turn back around?
Yep.
Alright, so you
Oh,
turn
God.
back around. I'd say because you were a bit further in, count that as like 15 feet of movement in. If you want to like run after him, then you can. It'd be you'd have 15 feet left of movement unless you got extra movement.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay, so you get
So,
45 feet.
45. Yay.
The thing is, blink isn't concentration, so I can't stop.
I believe it says at the end of the spell you can end this effect as an action.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that would have done that.
Have a look. Read your spells, people. Read your spells. Okay then. That end your turn, Lucian.
Bucket, what the fuck are you doing back here?
Like the thing is, you can't see them, you can't hear them. You're just screaming.
Just waving your arms around, trying to feel for him.
Buckets! Buckets!
You idiot!
It sounds like it sounds like that guy you find at Walmart at like 4 a.m. yelling at the pump for gas, trying to get like buckets.
JC, can you move your mic?
Oh yeah,
back
do I make a con
tiny bit?
save?
Say again, sorry.
Do I make a
Mic
con
back
save
back
or?
My mic backwards. Is it too loud now?
You're breathing into it.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, do I make a con save or?
Yeah, the end of your turn, make a con save.
Yeah.
I'm nervous for you guys now.
Wait,
This
to
wasn't meant to
fail
be
for
this
this?
difficult.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. Nope. Nope. I'm still just dead as shit.
Yep, you're still deaf as shit. Bring us back to the top, Critch.
Alright, I'm going to follow
Nope,
me,
my turn.
compatriot.
Damn it! Sorry,
Oh,
Finny.
yeah,
Finn, sorry. This is why I ask people to say who goes after them, because if I do it, I don't see the initiative order very well.
Skip people. Is everyone coming back from you? You guys are idiots. We're gonna die.
What are you going to do, Finn? You
So
gonna
what I
rearrange
have
your
heard-
dancing lights or something? Give some light out there.
That's the thing. It's like, what all can I do? So he said that the sounds were coming from the south and the west, right?
Yeah, the south and the west, and they are closing in. You can hear them. They sound like they do not want you to get into the light.
Well, that's what we're gonna do, unfortunately. But until everyone catches up, I'm gonna stand where I am, and I think I'm going to think I'll cast Firebolt off in. Actually, I'll shoot it south.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Roll an attack roll with disadvantage.
11.
11. These two fire orbs fire off into the distance, and for that brief moment, there's a spark of illumination as they pass by. What is the range of it? Of
120 feet.
120 feet. 120 feet.
That's what I was measuring for. Sorry, hiccups.
There's the excitement of 120 feet. Yeah. Flynn and Lucian, you see the fire orb streak over and around these creatures. Humanoid but broken limbed, deranged eyes, mouths jabbering away, bodies made of this black, rusted necrosis, chain mail and plate bent and rented at odd angles, moving around on broken limbs as they continue to scabber and crawl. It's a sight.
Well, that's about it. So I guess it's back to Fretch. Yep.
Fresh.
Alright. So I'm gonna run right up to little fucking
You
bucket
don't
here.
know Buckets is there.
I just came from there
Yeah, but
last round. I'm just gonna run straight back down. Till I run into my buddy, who is this? That's Lucian, right?
have you got dark vision? No, you don't. No one's got dark vision.
I have
No,
dark vision.
that's why I just didn't use dash to run straight to the buckets. I was just running and screaming.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you get to there. Do you do anything else?
Alright, I'm just gonna... In Bahamut's name, for God's sake, hurry up, buckets! And then I'm gonna prepare an dodge action in case we get attacked again.
Alright, so you take the dodge. Any end of turn?
Yeah, that's buckets.
Buckets. You reappear 10 feet.
I'm gonna reappear right next to Lucian then. Because I'm just moving 10 feet slowly forwards.
So you get to there. Yep, you get to there.
Yeah.
You
Let me roll my
two-
d10 see if I get an action.
Yep.
I do, I got a 10. Woo! Okay.
Go ahead, so you can
I
use an
can.
action.
Yes, I'm gonna run, and then I'm gonna. Well, I have dark vision, so I can see Flynn here. I'm just gonna run up to him, and I'm gonna jump on his back, and then I'm gonna use an action to dismiss my blink spell, and I'm gonna say, "Giddy up!"
From nowhere, he doesn't quite jump onto your back like a piggyback. It's more like a mama koala to a baby koala. She just comes up and clings around you and like around your chest. Is like just please.
What the hell did I miss?
You end your turn. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
To not be confused anymore. 16.
You succeed finally. Okay then.
Lives.
About
Don't tell
time.
anyone that was my spell.
At the end of your turn, the creatures move up and are now within range. So I will actually have to bring them onto this map. So let me get a few character tokens.
Jinkies.
Let me get a few
Like
tokens.
zoinks.
I was gonna use the tokens for the. What use that token? That's what you're using. I'll use this one for now. So 1. 2. Oh, that didn't drag. 3. 4. As these creatures arrive onto the scene, and they're going to do a few things. So, these two are going to get like that. That one is going to be with that back onto the square properly. There we go, like that. And this one can't quite reach because it was the furthest back and was the one that threw its javelins. So, they're going to use some attacks against you guys. So, who here has the most shiny on them? Who is the shiniest?
I would say the man with all the weapons, right?
Unfortunately, I think so.
Hey, no, nada, don't you dare say anything.
All I have is the shiny tattoo.
All I have is a shiny red cloak.
Okay.
I've got my daggers
Shiny.
I have a book and some
and my
robes.
broadsword, but my broads, yeah, they're all sheathed. Yeah, I don't think I have
Oh,
any.
dude, all my clothing
mean-
is bedazzled.
Handles are shiny.
So
Leather
there's
wrap.
going to be 2 attacks against Lucian, 1 attack against with disadvantage against Kretch, and then 1 attack against. I'm going to say that you're currently carrying buckets,
Yeah.
so it's going to be
Yeah.
on you, and
Yeah.
then unfortunately
what I
that
was
means
gonna
2
argue.
attacks are going
Yeah.
to be against yourself there, Finn.
Yeah,
No!
So
No, can I do the mounted combatant thing and like make
It's
it come
fine.
to me?
it's fine.
not quite, I'm afraid.
I got healed to full, don't worry.
Use me as a shield!
The 2 attacks on Lucian are a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Oof. How did natural 20s
Oh,
work in
dude.
your campaign?
Double the die. It's just double the number of dice you roll.
Okay. Yikes.
So that would be 10 points of slashing damage as this mangled wrist. It probably have tried to punch you, but doesn't realize it doesn't have a fist anymore, and just a broken stump where this arm used to be. The bone shard stabs into you in the gloom. Technically, you can't see right. Actually, I'm not going to be that mean. So yeah. So there's that. 2 attacks against Finn. That would be a natural 1 and a 17. This is Fenny, not Flynn. So against Finn.
Oh yeah, we know the difference, JC, don't worry.
I really don't think Jasmine did. I really don't think so. You take 6 points of damage there, Fenny.
Oh boy.
Fenny,
I thought he was in the light still.
he's on the map there, as far as I was aware, he was there.
There's one on top of him.
And then
There's one.
one attack against Critch with disadvantage. That would be a miss because your armor class is ridiculous. And then one attack against Flynn.
Yeah.
That would only be 14.
Nope.
Okay then, as these body pieces slash hack, chop and punch, you can just hear them kind of like this up close. It's even louder. This shrieking, shiny, shiny, shiny. It's constant, just gibbering on about shiny. They're literal mad magpies. That will end their turn though, and bring it on to Flynn. You're up.
Okay. So how are we ruling me carrying buckets?
You have strong build.
I do have strong build.
You have strong build, so you're able to do it.
Okay. Am I able to disengage with buckets?
You would not get an attack, and I would say it would be an attack at disadvantage against buckets.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take the chance.
Shrugger.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Okay. So
Disadvantage.
Can I make one argument, JC?
Mm-hmm.
In the case of like if someone was pushed or pulled out of reach of someone else, that's a case of forced movement, so they don't get attacks of opportunity. Where I am not moving out of his space myself, would it not be considered forced movement and thus no attack of opportunity?
Normally, yes, but the payback for that is force movement is half movement, and I'm giving him his full movement because you are mounting him, so you're still an entity that is willingly moving. With that, though, it is a 9 to hit you. That will, that's that. So go ahead.
Did you say 19?
A 9 missed.
Oh, 9. Okay, good. Okay, is that a 25 movement for disengage? Is that?
No, disengage is just you do not take opportunity attacks when you move.
Okay, no worries. Awesome then. Sweet. I'm gonna straight up just move then, 30 feet away from these guys, bringing
Okay.
buckets with me.
Woo!
I'd say that is your bonus action was
no,
to
we're going
disengage.
there.
Your movement was to run, and you have an action left to dash. Unless you wish to go towards and help your friend who is currently dealing with a scary-looking thing.
Can I see them? Because he was kind of in the light.
Yeah, this area is now got enough for like you'd be able to see their shadows.
Okay then, fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move next to him, bringing buckets with me, and I have my action. You say?
Indeed.
Okay then. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna straight up stab a fool with my dagger.
I'm gonna stab a bitch.
And because I have an ally in range, that is also sneak attack, right?
A player who knows his things. It's a miracle.
Yeah!
I know! It's almost like I was DMing this for a friend and I had to keep telling him this. It's like one of the rules I know. Okay then, so sneak attack is 3d6 damage to one creature if you hit.
If you hit.
If I hit.
Do hit a fool.
So I'm a stab a fool. Normal roll. Natural 1.
Natural 1.
But it was an 8.
You stab forwards and it brings its arm back, not really seeing nor paying attention to you, to strike at Finn once again, and that catches the blade before you can really get enough power behind it and it scrapes off.
Fair. That's my turn. It's Lucian next, I believe.
Lucian! You have one next to you and another one next to you. One of them has taken its reaction to attack, so it's up to you what you want to do.
I'm gonna smack the one to the right of me.
Okay then. Go ahead and try.
They're using Crimson Right.
Oh, you're going to Crimson Right, so how does that work? Share with the stream, share with the class.
Oh no, I don't like explaining things. I always explain it wrong.
It's quite alright. I just need to know, is it a bonus action or is it a... what happens?
Like I said, I explain things wrong. It is a scream. It is a bonus action.
Okay, so use a bonus action, you draw your blade across your flesh and activate it, I believe.
Yes, I cut myself open for the sake of edge. I'm going to take...
Bear with us here, it's new skills, new class, not something I'm even that familiar with. And I'm the
Are you
DM!
kidding me? Oh no, I take 4 hit points, yeah.
Okay, so you take 4 hit points and your maximum hit points is reduced by 4. However,
Yep.
your blade now does something different. What does it do?
It now scares all things because, you know, I like lightning damage.
Hmm?
It is now engulfed in lightning. Ooh-wee.
Okay, so your blade
now I'm gonna
crackles with
smack
lightning
it off.
damage.
Now I
Okay.
get to smack a hoe.
You do, roll to attack. You get to attack twice actually. Martial!
Yep.
Martial class, baby!
Oh, yeah.
Ooh-wee. 12, are you kidding me?
12, the first attack misses as you strike forward. This one, having a bit of a shield left attached to its arm, just kind of like flings it up as it sees this now electrified, beautified, stupefied, gonna fry your motherfucking ass, buffied blade. I couldn't think of a third rhyme.
You see, this is why I'm gonna have to take a bath with my sword.
Second attack.
Fourteen.
14. And let me just double check that. 14
You're rolling
14.
1d20.
misses. Yes, he knows he's rolling d20.
Oh, I thought he was doing damage. I'm an idiot.
No,
Sorry.
No.
no.
So he missed. Unfortunately, both strikes go slightly ajar. You're uncomfortable fighting in these very dark situations, and it's causing you to have great difficulty in pinpointing the weakest areas of your adversaries. Do you wish to move?
I'm kind of sandwiched anyways, so nah, I'm good.
Okay. At the end of your turn, please say who goes next in the initiative.
It is Fenny.
Alrighty. So right up at the top, I have one of our shambling messes with us.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll be doing is I look right at him and I will stick my hand out, basically pointing it right at his face as if I was asking for a high five. I'm going to be, well, why don't you chew on this? And then I'm going to go ahead and cast another firebolt.
Okay, that will be a disadvantage because you are ranged attack within the melee.
13 is my lower one.
13 is the lower one. As the bolt flashes out, it lunges forward once again to strike at you and knocks your hand aside and fires off into the distance and the great beyond, illuminating once again a horrorscape beyond.
Alright. That's about it then. So it'll be Kretch.
Alright.
At the top of the initiative, nope, never mind. You're out of that radius. Does nothing happens.
Okay. I will. Since my partner here is standing his ground, I'm gonna use a bonus action to empower my tattoo, and I'm gonna beat the absolute shit out of this dude standing next to him.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay. Let's see. First roll is
The-
16.
16. Can you roll with disadvantage as the creature uses its reaction to impose disadvantage upon the strike?
Alright. The second roll is higher. Second roll is
Higher. Attacks against it.
second one in disadvantage too.
So yeah, so the first attack was higher, you said? Well, then it is a hit.
Yeah, for the second attack, do I need to roll disadvantage?
No, just the first one.
Alright, then the second attack is 24, so that'll hit.
The hits.
Alright, so I get to deal 6 plus not a d6. Alright, so the first attack is 8 plus
You're gonna need to move closer to the microphone, mate. We can't hear you.
14 for the first one. I was counting.
Oh,
the dice.
14. Okay, 14 for the first strike.
The second one is 15.
15 points for the second one.
Just so you know, half of that is force damage. I don't know if that's...
Nope, that is not important to these individuals.
Alright, and that will be the end of my turn. Next up is Buckets.
Next up is me. Right, yeah, I'm Bucket, sorry. I'm going to yell to Monk friend and other friend and say, guys, hurry up! And then I'm gonna use my action to cast invisibility at 3rd level on me and Flynn.
Okay then. So Flynn, you suddenly can't see yourself. Fenny,
But I'm gonna
those
also...
two fuckers just pissed off again!
I'm gonna yell to Fenny. I'm gonna tell Fenny to run.
Roll a d20 to see if your wild magic goes off.
Oh no, don't do that to me. 3. This is
not
my
go
second
off.
spell, so it's 2 just barely.
Does not go off. Okay then, do you wish to jump off of your mount?
Nah.
Okay then.
Never.
That brings it to the end of Bucket's turn. This is now their turn. Off in the distance you hear the great grinding sound once again, and the earth trembles as something great and monstrous in the distance makes its way towards you. These ones come in, and they're going to, that'll be 3 attacks on Lucian, and 3 attacks on Kretch.
Please don't die, guys.
That would be a 15, a 22, and a 22 against you, Kretch.
Healed.
Ooh. How do you describe that going off?
I will, as I get hit, I will just close my eyes and do the little meditating hand pose and go, "In the name of Bahamut, please help me in this moment!" And the shiny big shield will shimmer around.
Okay, a none hit, and then it would be 3 against you. That's a 2, a 20, 2, a 22, and a 23 to hit you, Lucian.
Last 2 hit, and the 2 does not.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So that'd be a further 12 points of slashing damage as once again the creatures start going apeshit on you. They're constructed figures, broken, shambolic, and hideously deformed by whatever effects this land has upon them. They shriek at you, "Give him back to us! He must return!" And that is the end of them. And up here we have a one will go against Fenny and one will go against Flynn. First attack against you, Fenny, is a 9, and against Flynn is a 23.
It's disadvantage against Flynn because he's invisible.
It would be.
Thank you.
That
You're
would
welcome.
unfortunately make it a 17 rather than rolling a 17.
Shit.
Wait, you said make it a 17?
It is now 17 total.
I thought your AC was higher. I don't know his AC.
No,
Nope.
my AC 16. I
16.
got it.
Oh no!
You take 6 points of
I
piercing damage unless you wish to do
take
something
3.
with it. Okay, you take 3 instead, as the arm slashes out towards where you are, just this backhanded weirdness. It's you can feel like the fingers trying to grab and scrape at your chest as if trying to pull you towards it, and like reaching and pulling at your dagger sheath, pulling at your sword sheath. Give them back! He cannot find us without them! That's the end of their turn, bringing it to Flynn himself. Who's invisible?
I'm getting really bloody fed up with being hit. And you? What the bloody hell are you doing, Ben? Really getting yourself killed? And I'm gonna like have this like comical argument over my shoulder whilst I'm just trying to stab at this thing in front of me with 2 daggers.
Stab a fool.
No, you're gonna break the invisibility, fool!
I don't know that.
Okay, so your first attack is with advantage.
Right? Or no, you don't. Do you know that?
22.
Say again, Robin, that was extremely quiet.
Really? Oh, I thought sneak attack, but that's my bad.
How much, sorry? 22 to hit? Yes, that hits.
22 to hit.
So you
Okay.
get sneak attack on your first strike.
Right. So that is for the actual dagger itself. That is going to be 6.
6, yep.
Yep. And for sneak attack at this level, I do 3d6. Which is going to be 10. So I just hit him for 16.
Plus 16. He is now looking more injured than he was. Whatever effect this place is having upon these creatures, you are now accelerating it by jabbing it into the grinding gears. That exposed section of armor plating, you drive it in there trying to find some wires or cablings to snap. It doesn't scream, but the sound of the gears shredding around your dagger is a scream enough.
Right. And with my offhand, can I attack with my other dagger?
You can. It
Is that just without proficiency, is it? Or how does that one work?
You attack the same as normal,
Yeah.
but they do not get the you only roll the die. You do not get any
Ah.
modifier.
Okay. So, don't get any modifier. 10.
So it's still it's not a modifier on the damage roll.
Oh, right, yeah, 17 then.
17
yeah.
does hit, so it's just roll the d4.
Righto. Big damage over here, folks. You stand back. We're coming in with a big fat 2.
Like that too. Hey, every little helps.
Aye.
Once again, you slash him, but this time not being able to get your second dagger into that weak point that you were trying to pry away at. You have to pull both daggers out as the creature almost lurches once more. And yeah.
Awesome. So that would be Lucian up next.
Yeah. I am still very angry. I want to try something.
I like the sound of this.
I want to grapple the man to the right of me and throw him into the one and this one. I forgot how to ping.
Click and hold.
Ew.
So you're going for the lower. Okay, the lower one. So you want to grab this one and try and throw him into this one. I like that idea. Okay, so a grapple. Okay, roll. Make an attack roll. Using so grappling uses your strength though, just as a forewarning. So you make an athletics against them, and if you succeed, you grapple them and you can throw him.
Okay, so yeah, it's an athletics, right?
Yeah. So you roll athletics. I will also roll athletics.
Please, dear baby Jesus, do me a good one. No.
Okay, so your first attempt, you reach out and try and grab hold of him, but he's much larger than you were expecting, and his mechanical body is very heavy, and as you heave, your arms just slip away. You do have a second attack if you wish to try again.
It's all or nothing, boys.
Yes, net 20!
Yes!
Natural 20, let's see. He needs to resist that. A natural 20 is a natural 20 though. So you grab hold of them and you do sling him round. Can you roll a d6 for me? Plus your strength.
Oh, A flat D6, right?
Oh. Big boy 6. So as you swing this
Five.
construct around, you actually shatter his form against this one. He just scatters into pieces as they twitch and cry out the last thing it says, "Shine!" And it just dies. You said it was 5, sorry.
Yeah.
5 points, okay. 5. Okay, so that was your turn. You have your movement left in the bonus action.
I'm just gonna walk over here. I don't
Righty.
feel like getting smacked anymore.
The two of them will get attacks of opportunity against you as you leave the radius.
I am perfectly okay with this.
Okay. That is, however, a miss and a miss. So the two of them strike out towards you. It is unfounded and unable to reach you.
Yay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Benny.
Okay. Then, since I'm not doing very good with my up-close ranged attacks, for this one that is still standing in front of me, I'm going to cast Shatter.
Okay. What does that do?
Okay, so Shatter. A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from the point of your choice within range. Each creature within a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. The creature
Okay.
takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, and half as much on a successful one. A creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on this saving throw.
That it does, which turns a natural 20 into a 2. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
your 3d8.
Okay. Oh, it did it for me. Okay, 16.
16. You shatter this construct, literally, as the almost invisible hammer comes down and smites it. The body part just spring away as cogs and gears ricochet in all directions. The creature doesn't even get a last chance to say anything before it is destroyed.
Okay. And then just with my final bits of turn, I'd just like to move right over here.
Okay.
Clear line. Okay. And then I'll end my turn, and that goes back to Brett.
Critch.
Okay, then I will beat this dude I'm standing next to 2 times for my regular attack. That's a natural 1 on the first one, so that misses. And 17 on the second one.
17 hits.
And then I'll also flurry of blows.
Okay.
2 more. That's 19 and 26. So those all hit.
Yep, they all hit.
So that's 3 attacks. So that's... First one is 10 damage. Second one is 9 damage. And the last one is 15 damage.
In one round, you flurry of blows this to pieces. I imagine it's less like punching. You just reach out and start tearing parts of its body apart, reaching in, pulling out vital organs and gears, components, peeling open the armor, and then kicking your chest through and kicking out the backplate as the empty shell just stands there and takes it. And you punch it a couple more times before you realise it's not moving anymore and the light has gone out of its eyes, but it still stands there motionless.
I'll just tip it over real casually, and then I'll just mosey my way up to right behind the rest of the party, and then I'm gonna go because it's really late and I got work in like 5 hours.
Yes, not a problem. Thank you very much for sticking with us this long. Who would you vote of the night be?
Early. There was the fuck who made the when Bucket disappeared. Flynn, I think, cried out like, "Oh, bloody hell! The shit hits the fan and you're gone immediately." I don't remember the exact quote, but it was a fucking awesome moment that had me in tears for a few seconds. So that was it.
I mean, it would be fair since you punched him in the face twice.
Yeah.
I did heal him for more than.
Let's not forget the punching.
Okay. Anyway, see you guys. Have good luck.
Have a good one.
Okay. Bring it to buckets.
Bucket. I'm just gonna Flynn, you wasted my 3rd level invisibility spell. You know how hard it is for me to cast those spells, and I'm gonna slap him, and then I'm gonna hop off his back and just run forward.
Alrighty.
5, 15, 20, 25. I'm far away.
Okay, you are now into the light.
Whew.
At the end of your turn, Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, and is going to make some attacks against you, Lucian. That is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And a miss. So you take another 6 points of damage as it once again whacks you with his broken arm. You also hear in the distance whatever large creature this is that's been slowly making its way towards you. It's almost as if a waterfall suddenly cascades down onto the shores here. You do not have dark vision and no one else is within range to see it, but you can hear the copious levels of volume of water sloshing off of whatever gargantuan level creature is pulling itself from the black ooze. And you just hear this once again. Return.
Okay, that's actually scary.
That's the end of my turn, bringing it to Flynn.
Right. I'm just going to shake my head at Buckets and go, that's the bloody thanks I get. Always sticking my neck out for that one. Nothing in return. Right, and I'm just going to shout out, Lucian, get a bloody move on! And I'm going to ready in action and just, how far can I see in front of me?
5 feet.
Right. Well, I'm going to kind of, just for effect, it's going to be my hand crossbow on top and my hand underneath with my dagger, and I'm just going to stab at anything or shoot anything I can see further away.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to ready the stab action.
Alrighty. As you do so, you stand there ready. Not really much else I can say to that.
No, that's just about my turn. So that would be, what was that, Lucian next, is it?
Indeed. You're up, Lucian. Your sword is glowing mighty pretty, and this thing is chasing after you. What are you gonna do?
I'm really just, I'm tired of this one. I'm stabbing this one.
Okay, roll to hit.
14.
14
again.
misses, I'm afraid. Second attack.
Yay!
That does hit. Just go ahead and roll some damage.
It took 4 attempts to stab a thing.
So it's obviously it's the D8 for your rapier, plus your dex, plus whatever your right die is, whatever that gives you as a benefit.
It is a D4. Seven.
Is that all?
7 piercing and 1 thunder. Not thunder, lightning.
Lightning. Okay, the rapier drives through into that weaker point as the broken arm. This one is actually missing its arm. It's just got this long. It's probably found a pole and rammed its stump onto it, and has now just got this large pole sticking out of the stump that it's been using to stab you. The other arm, though, you kind of take your rapier, turn it around on itself, and thrust it through into the chest cavity through that opening. You feel some grinding as you pull it out. You think, "Ha!" and it just goes. You go, "Oh no."
Oh no. Oh
no. Do you have a bonus action, or is that your turn? Or do you move?
Oh wait, actually, you know what? Yep. I'll take a couple hits, because I know I can make it over here. I counted.
Alrighty.
It's only 45.
That makes one attack against you. That is a miss though.
Yay. Alright, guys, I'm tired of this shit. We need to get the fuck out of here.
We were bloody waiting for you.
I was stabbing a thing!
And that puts it on to whose turn?
Oh, funny.
Funny.
That is my turn. And
You
as we're all
are-
just kind of heading our way in that direction, I'm just gonna, on the last one that I can see remaining out there, I'm just gonna cast another firebolt.
Do you have dark vision?
Oh yeah, 120 feet.
120. Go ahead then.
9.
9! You do not hit. You fire the bolt. Two of them, one on either side of it. You think it's going to juke left. Fire it that way. It's going to juke right. Fire that way. It stayed completely still. Shit, it was insane. It didn't dodge. Unfortunately, it misses.
I can roll everything except for hitting.
Eh.
You throw saves at me all day, but I
Yeah.
can't hit anything. Is this Lord of the Rings music?
Yeah.
For the sake of brevity, as there is only one left and you're going to run off the map at this point, you charge into this unusual transformed area. Inside one building you can see fires currently licking away at part of its insides. You can see the rafters and roof currently smouldering away, the embers flittering down. Off in the distance you can see the stone structure and the line of fire that seems to have come out of a ballista of some sort that is now hobbled and broken. That fire then may have pierced through the wall and is currently on the inside. You can see a further internal glow, but at least that building is made of stone and much more sturdy, even though part of it has broken down. You can see the broken and fallen statue as well as the well at the centre. Where would you like to go to hide, for lack of better words? Into the stone building.
Probably
Yeah,
where the light is
yeah.
coming from.
Alright, so
Yeah.
you run in there, and as you dart inside the initial part of the ruins, the light from in here, the intense heat, is secondary because you find a large blood smear. Fresh and scented. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode. It's a little bit early
Alright.
to end it, a smidge early, but I think that is probably as good a point to leave off as we're going to get in this game. Let's change that music out for something slightly calmer, as we're not needing the level of edge anymore. But
There's
how did
nothing
you guys
edgy
find
about
that?
Lord
Did
of
you
the
have you enjoyed your first encounter?
I wish I could hit something.
Same here.
That was bloody awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Literally, one of my lowest stats did better than me actually hitting something.
Your athletics checks, yeah.
Like I had to cast an undodgeable spell to hit anything.
Yeah, that's kind of true, isn't it?
I'm very much enjoying the very.
Alright, let me get the-
storytelling.
Yes, indeed. Just give me 1 second. Let me just grab the. Let's change this music out to this.
But I do love I love your way of DNA. You're very descriptive about everything. It's
Oh,
quite
yeah.
enjoyable.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and the strain on your throat that you must do to do these wacky voices.
Like I've
So
gone through like
This is how the game is supposed to be played.
I've gone through like 3 glasses now of like just drink, just constantly keep my voice hydrated. It's not actually so bad because I'm experienced at this. I know I know when to stop. But don't go anywhere, stream, because we have a couple things that we need for you guys to do before you go anywhere. We need you to vote on who you believe gets Player of the Night. So you guys here also get to cast a vote, and you put that in the poll. But what I would also like to hear from yourselves is what you really enjoyed about the thing. What were the memorable moments? What were the moments of the night, or the DM plays of the night? What were the things that stood out to you, and what did you like about it?
Like I said, you're very descriptive. It made it very easy to kind of get more immersed into what was happening. So
Yeah, totally agree. It's just you're so descriptive. It's beautiful.
Well, why thank you. Why thank you.
Oh yeah, but, there was like so much tension there when we all got out, and then Bim's in the middle of bloody nowhere.
Literally,
yeah, Focus is going in and out, in and out.
We're
just
like
like, "Ah."
sitting there like, God damn it.
Just like that moment, like, screw it.
Absolutely, that moment was like, oh, fine. No, I think probably my play of just that moment of who I would nominate as like my play of the night was that moment of it's not even concentration, I can't end it. You do know it's your spell, you can end it whenever you want. What?
I couldn't end it anyway. It takes an action.
It takes an action to end it. True, you didn't really have much in the way of actions until then. But I just find that I think that for I can't vote in this, by the way. So it really does come down to who you guys vote. So we'll put the poll in the Discord. We'll put the poll in the chat. So please, everybody in the chat, get involved with it. Let us know what you really liked. Thank you very much for all the people that have been bidding and subscribing. It only pinged off once for me for some reason. I'll look into that and try and figure out why that is, so I'm more aware of it and I can get the thanks there and then. There, see, now that there, for example, it just pinged and I don't know why and I don't know how, but it did.
There we go.
See,
That one showed up.
it blinged that one, like, so, things, is it showing up on the stream? Like, I don't see it, like...
Yeah, it is. It shows
it
up
is.
right in the middle of the screen.
Okay, cool, because that's just me then being blind, because I just missed it. But yes, thank you very much, everybody, for being part of this. It was really much appreciated. I've been JC, these have been the Vanguard of Rejects. We play every Sunday. If you like what we do here, check us out on Wednesday for the Curse of Strahd campaign, which is coming to an end. But it does mean the big boss fight. Yay! So you might be able to see an epic win or even an epic loss, so make sure you get the votes in their polls, because they will be needing some rerolls, I assure you. That's all we've got time for. Stay here, listen to a bit of music, chat in the chat, and we will see you next week. Bye till then.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.